It's gonna pop up. It's gonna pop up. There he goes. There he goes. Let's see here. Welcome in when you all get in. Let's see. Is it gonna load over here so I can do the thingy? I guess it's not. Oh, I was mistaken. I don't need to paste that. That's what I need to paste. There we go. Welcome in. When y'all get in. We might be giving some 2 cards. Let's see what's going on. Welcome in, welcome in. How are we doing? How are we doing? And does anyone need a 2-card pull from either the Shadow, the Angel, the Animal, or the Tarot deck? Because if so, we can do those. But if not, no worries. I'm doing. I'm detached from it a little bit, but I am a little worried. But other than that, I'm doing alright. Just a little worried. Couldn't shuffle. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can talk about it. I'm just, I'm $35 in debt, and I ain't got nowhere to go. So tonight is most likely my last night, unless a miracle happens during this stream. And I've tried about everything I can. There's no shelters that are open and accepting. The one shelter that really is nearby that was accepting won't accept me for some odd reason. I don't know why. There's no jobs around that hire me. Not even online ones will hire me. I've been doing the fundraiser for a while, but that hasn't been going too well. I've tried different types of methods, just nothing. So I'm not really sure what to do. That's been the main reason why I do all these streams for the donation and fundraising and stuff like that nature. But, I mean, it's one of those things. Yeah, it is kind of rude. I tried going to that shelter before anyway, and they still declined me, so I don't know what their deal is. But that's like that's what's just on my mind, is figuring out, not necessarily trying to figure out right now because it's not going to do me any good, but definitely trying to get a grounded situation in my internal self to see what I can do tomorrow about that, if anything. That's what's up with that. We'll probably jump into a collective message, and then we'll jump into the card pulls if need be. And if not, we'll just have a random conversation of things. Are they all in reverse? Nope, never mind. I seen one that was not in reverse, so they are not. We can begin with the shadow, since I'm already kind of just shuffling it. We'll begin with the shadow tarot and delve in and see what else pops up. So first off, well, that's the thing. I don't do the whole Holy Spirit thing. That's not my forte. So you can say that, but that's not a me thing. That's like that's a you thing in your own belief, trying to put it on me. So I don't accept that, unfortunately. So respectfully keep the religion to yourself, because I'm not that way. But anyway, we have Black Mass as the first card, dealing with Saturn's energy. Black Mass is a crisis imminent: squabbles, quarrels, rigidity, seclusion, loneliness, snobbery, conservatism, dogmatism, fanaticism, roughness, and idolatry. I'm going to get a second one before we move on as well. We have exorcism with, I believe that is Neptune, if I am not mistaken. That is in fact Neptune, yes. Okay. Let me flip to it real sick. No one's upset. I'm just telling you, you know, no one's upset. There's no need to assume that anyone's upset either. Like that, you gotta work on that. Anyway, exorcism. Well, God, that card came out because now we have the first one to compare it to as well. Exorcism is toxic atmosphere between partners, lacking love and respect, torturing each other, going with the flow, indifferences, mediator, a cat's paw, testing period, dancing to a different beat, and a false self. So, that's the odd as well. Hold on, let me go back to Black Mass real quick and read up on that and get them in order. So definitely, this is interesting. So this is more of dealing with someone on the external, not necessarily getting along with someone or meeting eye to eye with an individual. That if that is happening at this time, this reading is definitely going to be for you. But this is about not meeting eye to eye with someone in specific, and in the sense of just like, it's not that there's not a compromise that could be made. It's more of a lack of almost interest in one party and getting to understand what the other party is going through, or a lack of grounding. With Neptune even being in there, it has a lot to do with illusion. So there could just be like an overstanding barrier. We have Magic Circle as well that wants to come out on top of that. which is security, protection, confidence, concentrated energy, initiation of a successful venture, solidity, comfortable environment. So there's definitely, it's like a comfort zone leaving. You could be dealing with someone on the external that's trying to leave some form of comfort zone. That's trying, or maybe you're trying to leave some form of comfort zone, and there's some resistance from people around you. This could just be projections that you're feeling within yourself about an individual to try and keep you attached to them still. Or this could even just be conversations that you're having with the individual. But there does seem to be a person that doesn't necessarily need to be within the energy anymore with you, or your situation at hand. It's not that they're doing anything bad, but it's like when you talk to this individual or when you interact with this individual, there seems to be like a drain, and it happens pretty quick on. It's like you tend to ignore the draining because you almost have grown up this shield to kind of deflect it, but that's showing itself up right now. So be very careful of people, individuals, places, things, anything of that nature that may be draining you at this time, because that is a lead source to why you don't have the energy to do things, or why you don't feel capable of doing things. You have Anarchist Fool. I think that's Mars? No, it's not. I don't remember what symbol it is. I don't remember what planet that is. Oh, I already flipped to it. Cool, nice. Immediately. Thank you, Spirit, for doing that for me. So this is, betrayal of hopes, untimely actions, mistakes and errors, caution, inappropriate witticism, dark humor, deceitful person, manipulation, lies, cheating. So yeah, it's definitely like an individual that doesn't necessarily have a support for you. This person might even like talk bad behind the back type stuff. And it's not even that it's affecting you, it's the fact that you kind of just pick up on it. You kind of just, you see through the mask of this individual, and that's why it drains you to kind of be around them. So really keep an eye out. There is a protection from them, which is why you have that capability, put that shield up, that capability to just kind of ignore what is being thrown out by them. But at the same time, it's not helping you conserve your energy for things that actually matter. It's very important for that. Hold on, what'd you say? If you want a reading, email me and purchase a reading. I don't do readings like that on this channel like this. If you want a reading, you email me or you go to my website and I'll get you there. Okay? We've literally already had this discussion before. So please either email me or use the site. I'll link them both. But that's where you go if you need a sort of reading like that. Like, you go there. Welcome in, Mark. But again, that it's like this barrier is like, it's not necessarily like a barrier, but it's like a disagreement against you and yourself at this time when it comes to this individual. And that's kind of what you're battling with all these energy drains when it comes down to. We have Swagger that wants to come out 56, which is 11-2. So that is, self-affirmation, coldness, conceit, proud contempt of others, anger, hatred, hotness, anxiety, pursuing unpleasant events, loneliness, failed expectation, repulsion, and a result of loneliness. So it's like, it's weird, it's interesting. It's like you're almost, it's not even it's like you're projecting a bunch of things onto them, especially with how Swagger is with the mirror and everything. It's almost like this individual that you hang around that you know you shouldn't be doing. You almost project what they would go through on yourself so that you don't leave them. And that might be a cycle that you've dealt with for a while, but this is kind of popping out to show you, hey, this energy, this individual doesn't need to be around you because they're enabling you to make an excuse to hold yourself back or to continuously go down cycles that aren't the best for you. You know, consciously or unconsciously. You just said you wanted a reading. So, I don't know. Listen, I'm not gonna look at your comments because this is the second time you came in here with this. Like, I don't play those types of games. I doubt that you're that person that you say you are. If you need a reading, just message me. Okay? We don't play those games around here. Trust me. We have Archons next, which is kind of funny how that came out right after that. But yeah, Archons. Intrugative, gossip, negativity, envy, inferiority complex, sarcasm, sharp tongue, trash talk, a spiteful manager, a bossy person, a dictator, one who thinks of only themselves with no regard for others, a bully, a sly person, negative environment. So it's again, it's like this interesting like Archon energy. It's again, it's this enabler. It's like this person's kind of enabling you to be in the past, and it might be because this might be like an old friend or someone you're reconnecting with. Um, but it's enabling you to stay down an old path that isn't right for you, and it's like you know that it's not, but you don't necessarily want to get rid of the individual because they're not like a bad person or anything, which is why why this deflection, this, yeah, I guess it's a deflection, it's a reflection for a deflection. It's interesting. um of, what if that person's gets lonely and things. It's like you've put someone not on a pedestal, but you've put someone almost on a leash to you, but you're both on the same leash. It's kind of how it's like a weird energetic tie like that. So you may need to do like a cord cutting or just like some meditations on this individual, because they're kind of enabling you to be in a past self, and it's not like on purpose. It's not like they're being mean to you or trying to like hold you back. It's just the connection that you all had. Maybe you all ended a friendship on a bad note, or you all got together and it just feels like one of those things where you can't necessarily let go of, right? It's all those things. It's very important to pay attention to that. And it's very, very important. But yeah, I can do a quick 2 card for you, Randolph. I can do a quick 2 card for you. So first we have the King of Pentacles reversed for you, Randolph, which is saying that there's something on the physical that isn't coming to full fruition at this time. And the reason why it's not coming to full fruition is because there hasn't been a mastery over it. There hasn't been a mastery to what you're doing. It's not the fact that you're not doing something right. It's just that it's still developing in a way. With the Two of Wands reverse, you may need to go search for a new option, search for a new way of doing this to actually achieve a form of mastery. Depending on what you're looking for on the physical, whether this is like a hobby, a job, something trying to move in a certain direction. However, um, very much pay attention to that, because the way that you're moving isn't necessarily moving in that way. And Vanessa, it's a general reading, so if it doesn't fit with one place, make it fit to where it does for you. If it does, I'm saying it the way it's coming through. I just don't have to add or like do that for anything on the reading, unfortunately. Because if it was a personal for you, it would have came out like that. This is just more of a general. So. And family can be friends as well, so it's just all a label at the end of the day. But regardless, we are going to jump into the tarot for this reading now, just to delve into more of what could be going on. So yeah, at the Four of Cups reverse, definitely take time to think about it. It's like when these things come up, you don't necessarily think about it. You just kind of see it and allow it to be, or you just allow it to like fester up inside of you. There hasn't been a clear thought process on it. There hasn't been a clear direction to move forward with it. And that's important to see, important to notice when moving forward. Is that whole thing, so that you're not caught up almost in the past way of doing things with this individual, or even allowing the actions from the past still have a greater hold. So definitely think and do some meditations on this individual and see like where the connection is, see why it's there for a reason. And Okay, again, like the Two of Swords. Again, this is kind of what's keeping you from moving forward, seeing a new avenue. So really take time to widen yourself, widen your mind about this individual. Really delve within and see what was the lesson of this individual. What was the lesson of their soul? What was they there to teach you? What did you learn from that individual? Not in the sense from their flesh, but from the interactions, from the energy that you had around this person. What lessons did you learn? What inside of you changed within this person? Which side of you moved with this person when everything was moving in the full grand scheme of things? Because that's what's trying to push you forward into the motive to be able to have a scepter, to be able to take the scepter from other. But right now you don't have it. You're not able to complete a cycle. You're unable to complete something. There might need to be an event that needs to happen for things to pass on. Whether that event is a mutual thing where you both express it, or if it's just on one side. However, there needs to be some forward action, some forward thinking, some forward meditation to truly see where this is going to head, to see truly how you're going to move about these things, so that you're not necessarily stuck in this sphere of this. And that's going to allow you to connect back to yourself. When you fully connect back to yourself in this way, it's going to allow a sense of freedom. It's going, not even a sense of freedom, it's going to allow like you to fully be free of this individual. You're going to see what parts of them you might have took on, and vice versa. It's going to show you the parts of you that needed that sort of interaction to be able to connect fully with yourself. And thank you, Mark, for that. But it's important at this time to really connect with yourself. Allow your mind to go into your heart space so you can truly fully delve in. And we have the Two of Swords reverse. It's some form of like blind thought. There's this need to no longer think about things. There's this need to start knowing. This blindfold is still on you when it should be off. It's like you're saying one thing when you know another, or you're still allowing certain programs to come in and surface and control your way of describing or thinking of something, when in actuality that blindfold isn't there anymore. It's like you're still choosing to see through a past veil, which is allowing certain things to still happen, which is allowing certain mindsets to still happen. There hasn't been this actual maturing, which is again why you haven't got that scepter from mother, why you haven't had this completion, because the way you're looking at it, the way you're thinking about it, is from an old version of self. It's not caught up to date. It's not true to yourself yet. It's still focusing on things from the past, from an unsure place. So really make sure that you are in this positive place, because once you start thinking about it and describing it in a more correct way, in a way that more hits your moral compass and allows your compass to be more straight, then things are going to come out right for you. Then you're going to be on top of that wheel. But right now, things are just not looking right in the situation. Things are looking a little bit more detrimental than they need to be, because you're not really focusing on what needs to be seen. You're not describing the things that are happening in the way that's going to lighten it up and show you the true path of where you're needing to take. Because there shouldn't be any regret. There shouldn't be any sort of down-pacted thinking. There shouldn't be any sort of blame for feeling certain things. There still needs to be that understanding of it all comes from you, the main source, the one that's seeing and experiencing all of it. And until that's truly actualized and put into the system, there's going to be this veil. There's going to be this past version of yourself that's going to cling on and still be there, that needs to be wiped for these new places, that needs to be seen and looked at in a different light, so you are able to move forward, so you aren't stuck in these past cycles. And again, because that's what's causing this injustice. This is what's causing things not to work out for you. This is what's causing the scale to be tipped in someone else's favor that it might seem. And it's because you keep acting in this victim mentality. You keep using these words or these phrases or describing things that put something in more power than you. Even if you might, rebuttal it, it still has that in front. It's still allowing them to have that form of power internally with you. And that needs to switch and change, because if you're wanting to change, if you're wanting to release those things, if you're wanting to move on from those things, you must change everything about it that you're seeing, that you're receiving. Until then, it's going to be the same. It might be a little bit different as in scenario wise, but the state will still be the same. It will still move the same way. It will still feel the same way. It will still be described the same way. You'll still hear the same things, because because the individual part of it where you're experiencing it hasn't changed itself either. It hasn't got that maturity. It hasn't been nurtured with the wisdom yet. It hasn't seen the truth of what's happening. It's still seeing what the ego would want to see. It's still working with the rational mind itself instead of the true conscious self, this true soul self, if really. So paying attention to how you're describing things, paying attention to how you're seeing things, paying attention to how things are moving for you and towards you and around you at this time is very important, so that you can kind of get the wisdom that you might not be getting at this time, so you can move past. It might be a little bit hard to move past at this time because you've grown so fond to saying things one way than another, which is completely fine, but it's not allowing you to truly see. It's not allowing you to truly move forward and to express yourself in those certain ways. It's not allowing you to traverse the waters, those feelings. It's not allowing you to move through them. The thoughts around you aren't able to be spiritualized. They're still being capsules on the 3D, on a physical plane, blaming it and putting it on the flesh, blaming it and putting it on a title, rather than seeing it as yourself, as the observer of everything around you. You are in the center of everything, and everything is revolving around you to show you things, to tell you things, to give you a boost, to show you the gratitude of all the things. And that's what needs to still be actualized and worked on at this time, so that you can master and have full control over the ideas that you're doing, that you're receiving. So at this time, really focus on this. Really focus on the truth that you're wanting to have. Focus on the change that you're wanting to have, and then speak in that truth. Even if at first your mind doesn't believe it, your nervous system will change because you're speaking it. The molecules will move in a different way because of the way you speak, because of the tone you speak in, which changes that. The mind might take a while to change because the mind is still attracted to the physical. But if you can change that internal dialogue and change that vibration that you hold within, everything else will then take change and go at its own pace. Right now, the thoughts that are around you, around this situation, around this thing, aren't the best. They're not the cleanest. They're not working off of a pure source. This might even be a childhood wound that is popping up to get some support, to get some notoriety, so it can be healed, so it can be seen. So really focus on that moving forward, and see what may be going on. And it kind of goes back to the exorcism card that we got on the Tarot of Shadows. Really seeing like what spirit is in you. What spirit are you fighting within? What spirit has, and even with Archon, what Archon are you subscribed to? And thank you for that, Mark. Goodness. But truly see what change is happening around you. See what change is happening within you, so you are able to move forward, so you are able to see a brighter side. You might have even chose something because it was a little bit easier, or you chose something quickly because it just felt like the right answer, and that might have been good for the time being, but really check again, really see where it's at now. Allow yourself not to choose those choices too quickly. Allow yourself to wait. There is a lot of feelings going around. There's a lot of feel like choices coming from the heart space that can change the way you're moving, change the way that you're seeing things. And at this time, it's important to really see that and move with it, allowing yourself to be completely fluid with your expression. And in order to do that, you must wait. You must have those resting ways. You need to have those resting capabilities inside of you. With the full reverse, even, like, it's important to take the leap. You might be restricting yourself from taking the leap. Again, it's all with the rational mind itself for It's the rational mind's job, excuse me, to block out certain pathways, to block out what you really want. If we were to delve deeper inside the brain and how it works, it's really, you have a part of your brain that keeps you from trying to evolve. It keeps you trying to get stuck in these past cycles. Oh, this is never going to work. Oh, that's never going to work. All these things that are going to shut you down and hold you back. The brain works like that because that's what it's been fed most of its time. You know, during the time when you were like 5 years old, when your brain was still in theta waves, those programs were put into you, and it's difficult to change them. And that might be what's keeping you from making this leap of just changing your mentality, this leap of just changing the way you're seeing things and feeling about things and thinking about things. um at this time, you know, it's going to be difficult, but don't let that restriction keep you from making that leap. Don't let the feelings of, oh, this isn't going to work out, that's not going to work out, keep you from doing what you need to do to move forward. Allow yourself to move forward regardless. It's going to show that part of your brain that how wrong it is, how it doesn't need that protective barrier anymore. Have you matured past it? Again, because even since we have the King of Wands out here, it's still saying that that maturity is there. That maturity is very possible. That idea that you that can prosper and grow into a bigger flame is there. But that leap, that start needs to happen. You need to have control over yourself. You need to have that control over the mind, nurturing it, letting it know that everything is okay, that nothing bad is happening, that it's all just happening within past cycles. It's all an amalgamation within your own self. At this time, really have the strength to keep yourself calm. Allow yourself to have that strength to really just tame that beast inside of you. Allow yourself to become more timid with yourself. Allow yourself to become more docile. When it comes to situations, don't be so hasty to jump on the wagon. Don't be so hasty to jump onto the solution of things. Really allow yourself to soak within it, marinate in it, if you will, right? Because there, again, there's some thoughts that aren't fully matured. They might feel that way because, again, the past cycle way of thinking, but there's more information, there's a deeper insight that you have within yourself that can shine a brighter light on this situation, on whoever this may be, on whatever situation this may be. There's a brighter light for you, and it's almost like a fear of it. Not because you're scared of the light, but because you've been blinded by it before, and you don't want that illusion, you don't want that confusion again. So part of you might be afraid to delve fully into it because you've held on to one way of being for so long that it's difficult to make that jump. But it's important right now to walk away from those things. It's important to really step back and see the truth of what's happening. It's important to really know that there's an eclipse. There's something that hasn't been fully seen yet. There's more to the picture. There's more for you to learn. There's more for the situation to feed you so that it can allow you to grow in that sense. But this is, again, the test that you have to go through to fully see what's going on around you at this time. And it's the test is really seeing how long or how tight are you going to hold on to things. How close are you going to stand next to yourself before you really realize that you're there? You know what I mean? At this time, really focus on that. Really focus on that, because again, this is where you're going to get your gift. This is where you're going to be able to see the crowning moment. The reward that you've been wanting comes from that overrealization of, this isn't actually the best for me. This thought pattern isn't the best for me. This idea that I'm looking at isn't the best for me. The way that things are moving isn't the best for me. But there's something that needs to change. And when that change is made, when you let go and walk away, there's going to leave room for more. That new idea is going to be able to come in. That flame is going to be able to spark up. The everything's going to start working off immediately. It's almost as if this letting go, this leap, this moving forward is only tantalizing because of that rational mind itself. It only is scary because it wants to compare everything to the past. It's not willing to really let go and to see a new way of doing things, or see the truth of things. Or this could even be like repetitive listening to like subliminals or like certain messages to try and like get it in your system. It's already in your system. There just needs to be more brave movement. There needs to be more leaps to take. So really watch out for that moving forward. And again, it's like, it's this anxiety, it's this headache, it's this, I've waited too long to do these things and now everything's like blowing up in my face again. Like, it's that irritation energy that kind of comes along with holding on to something for too long. that makes you move along whenever things are all chaotic and in your face, that you're kind of working through at this time. So watch out for that. But again, even in this anxiety ridden state, you can still move forward. The thoughts that you have should not be still tearing you down. The anxiety, that energy, that amplified energy, because that's all it is. It's excitement. It's new. It's showing you that something better is on the way. It's showing you that there's something more to the grand scheme of things that you haven't quite seen yet. So allow yourself at this time to really ground yourself and to see that truth for how it is and what it needs to be at this time, instead of seeing it for something else that doesn't that doesn't either like relate with the situation or benefit the situation, better yet. So really take time to focus on that and to move forward slowly. We're gonna get one more card, and then we'll move on to like the animal and stuff. But again, that's what's trying to be shown to you right now with the sun. That's what's trying to be shown to you. This is the vitality. This is that new start. This is that rebirth. This is that innocence inside of you that needs to be rekindled. Seeing things from fresh eyes again. That's all this is trying to get you to see, is not putting blame, is not saying something is something, of not assuming one way or another. Just allowing things to be. You won't truly know how things are. You won't truly know of something or someone until you truly let go and observe from a true standpoint. Not, you know, standing by yourself and observing, but standing in the middle and seeing what's happening, seeing your thoughts compared to what's happening on the external, and being in the middle fully, so you're not trapped on either side. But we'll get some animal cards now, and then we'll go into the angel power. And then we can talk and do other things as well. Oh my lord. So I'll take the bottom, the top, and the split. And then I'll shuffle 2 more times, and if anything flies out, we'll take that as well. So we have Panther with this guidance. It's time to release your passions and live your dreams. Begin a new chapter in your life. You are encouraged to expand your awareness, eliminate fears, and become a whole new person. You are guided and protected. Raccoon, letting go. This message has to do with those things to which you cling to. Be it a thought form, a habit, creed, or situation, the time has come for letting go. Something is halting your progress and you are spinning your wheels. Once you embrace change, blessings will follow. Ladybug, which is luck. Your goals are about to manifest in remarkable ways. Dreams are coming to fruition. Stop and enjoy this moment. It's important to let things flow at their natural pace. Rest assured that in due course and time, your wishes will come true. And last but not least, Hawk, which is spirituality. Fly above and beyond your day-to-day thoughts to observe them from a bird's eye view. Quietening the mind and detaching from your thought patterns puts you in a better position to take in messages from your spirit guides. So being aware of that. And I also got like, I just heard randomly, practicing something new. If there's a new practice that you're willing to get into, a new art form, a new way of expression, new music, whatever it is, right? New food to taste. However, allow yourself to have that experimentation with yourself, because it's like you're about to see a new version of yourself, especially with this Venus retrograde and all that stuff going on. It's showing you a version of yourself that you haven't quite seen yet or been around yet. So allow yourself the freedom to truly move in those ways, to truly move with freedom, and not be stuck within certain cycles anymore, not be stuck within certain paradigms that aren't serving you. Because it's time for this change to happen. It's time for this change to evolve you into something new. But you have to be trusting yourself. And this new version of yourself is hard to trust because it doesn't have those same boundaries. It doesn't have those same blockages. It doesn't have that same rational mind as the other versions. Some of you might have even been doing like, especially if you've been doing like quantum leaping stuff, it's part of like a higher self, a better timeline version of yourself that you're in contact with, that's been trying to talk to you. And it needs you to really trust it. So, because it's already there. It already knows the plan of how to get there. It already knows what's going to happen when things move forward. But you need to be able to move forward with it. You need to be able to release that control and allow it to move with you So it can show you the path without being afraid. So it can show you what you need to do, without fear of hurting yourself, as well. So we have Knight of Raphael, romantic, dramatic, poetic, and introspective. Committed romantic relationships, being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter. The Star Archangel Joaphael, a dream come true, believe in yourself, the end of a difficult situation. The Page of Ral, reliable, clever, educated, and balanced. An excellent opportunity will be offered to you. Scholarships or the pursuit of education, time to get to work. The Queen of Ral, mature, practical, generous, and happy. Nurture yourself and those you love. The ability to make anything more beautiful. Practical and wise advice. Perspective with Archangel Chamuel. There's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight and dare to be different. Ace of Michael. A wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. The Ten of Ral. There is so very much to be grateful for. Financial success and the promise of retirement. A rich and rewarding family life. The Ten of Michael. A situation has ended and you are finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. Queen of Gabriel. Passionate, charming, brilliant, and independent. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. Archangel Jeremiel with the wheel. New beginnings, end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. New beginnings with Archangel Jeremiel again. Starting a new life, finding your purpose, and a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. I'm telling you. The Ace of Raphael, a positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insight. And last but not least, the World with Archangel Michael, a very happy ending, coming full circle in spiritual growth and insight. So again, like, a new beginning is on the horizon. It's about trusting whatever's going on right now and releasing it fully. And allowing that higher self, that part of you that knows how things are about to go, move for you. But that is the reading. I need to see if I can read this real quick. But if anyone needs a 2-card spread, let me know. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe that. Yeah, not many people are ready to make transformations. I've took a huge hit on this channel for just even talking about evolving in this way. Like, I've lost, the last week, like 500 to 600 subscribers. They were just not ready. They were just not ready. Which is unfortunate, but they'll be ready when it's time. And give Daniel mod. I probably should give Daniel mod. Daniel's been in here for a minute. Daniel's always popping up in this chat. I might as well. And even if you don't want it, it's too late. You're gonna have it. You're gonna have it anyway. Because I see you in here forever, and you've been in here for a fat minute. So why not, you know? It is unfortunate for them, but you know, the information will always be there when they're ready. Simple as. Everything will be there whenever it's ready. That was a wild comment. I'm not even gonna worry. I'm not even gonna like send focus to that. That's just crazy. But again, it's like it takes bravery, and it's bravery against the self, because again, when you jump into spirituality, when you jump into like the internet spirituality, right? It's important to not externalize, because that's the first thing that we should really be learning about spirituality when we start to remember that we're spiritual beings, is that everything comes from us. We create everything. But when we go online, it's so different, because we get so many different messages, and it's either you have people always saying that you're gonna all these things are gonna happen, or you're gonna make money all the time, and then you get messages of people doing magic on you. It's a wasteland, honestly. There's not much healing. There's just like fear mongering that leads to like religious or spiritual pressure, and that doesn't really solve anything. Um, and it's like I played game with it too, because at the time I just thought that, oh shit, I guess this is what it's like over here, and it doesn't have to be. So I decided to change. And I'm glad I made the change, because I really couldn't, like, I did not enjoy reading what I was reading. The fact that it was always projecting out on someone else was not okay. And even when I used to like slip in, remember that it all comes from you, I would get crazy backlash. So I couldn't even play a middle ground. I literally had to choose a side, is what it felt like. And it was just awful. So I was like, if I have to choose a side, my side is to be on the side that's like trying to heal and not just projecting stuff on people. And it's not this, because it's, again, when you do that, I had a lot of people say like magic is real. Like, no, it is. No shit. Like, I literally do magic all the time. It's real. Yeah, it's very real. Projection is super real. Energy, super real. People doing weird shit in the graveyard at like 3 o'clock in the morning, really real. That stuff happens. Yes, but at the end of the day, there's something deeply connected with inside of you that's showing you. Maybe you have past ties with those people, and it's up to you to overcome a past cycle that you didn't pass in the last time. You know what I mean? It's not about the flesh. It's about the spirit. We're fighting spirits and virtues. Where it's not about the flesh and the blood. Ever. Never has been. We're just in this so we can see. Not just see, but to move and to interact and to create. On this realm. On this realm specifically. But it's like, I don't know, it's scary. It's just scary. I don't like it. So I'm no longer part of it. I'm not I don't want to be like that. Cuz I used to be, and it didn't really help me that much. It kind of it ruined a few things in my life at one point, and I had to like really sit there and be like, you know what? I'm not gonna deal with this anymore. See, that's the thing. Even with like, cause it's like, I don't know, it's a whole thing. But I get what you're talking about there, hidden. I really do. When you read over the Bible and stuff, after going through different like spiritual lessons, and it's just growing, and learning and all this stuff, it's different. You kind of start to see where things don't add up. You kind of start to see like, yeah, principalities and blood. Thank you, Mary. But you start to see like what's being covered up and how it's being covered up. You know what I mean? You have to have like it, even like it's because even though like most people don't like reading the scripture, it has points in there that are strictly like that weren't changed for a reason, and that reason being is you can't erase everything on this realm. That's a no-no. It doesn't matter what planet you originated from, what spirit you have in your vessel. There's one rule that stands: you cannot erase everything. There has to be some form of proof, some sort of hint to allow you to see. That's the only rule that these things have, like, in common. So they can't remove the fact that it's not about flesh and blood. They can't remove that those with eyes will see and those with ears will hear. They can't remove those things. It's impossible. Yeah, a lot of people just don't like me telling them. They just don't. It's the elders with the youth, man. Not even the elders, it's the older people, because some of the older people aren't even elders. You know, because I've had people like, I've had someone email me and admit that they were upset because of my age. And I think they were in like their 40s or something, but they said it takes 25 years old to truly know what it means to be nice. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, you're just saying that because I'm 25 years old. You just chose that number because that's how old I am. That's literally what you did. It does not take that long to know how to be nice. That is something that's programmed within yourself. All you have to do is tap into it. Like, that's just crazy. And then I get all the time, I get people, you're too young to know these things. Shut up. You're just jealous that you spent like 30, 40 years of your life trying to figure this shit out. And then all of a sudden, here I come, just born with it. I didn't ask to be born with it. It just came to me. Be jealous somewhere else. I'm trying to help people. Don't be mean to me. What the hell? At the end of the day, I don't know everything. Dude, it's so much. It's really funny. It really is. I really like... I laugh about it with my guides and my ancestors all the time because it's just so bizarre. It's so bizarre. You can't be like proactively going like, yeah, you be nice to everyone, don't be mean, but yet then like tell someone that they don't know shit because they age and then mock them after the fact. It's so weird. And then you got people calling themselves gods and then bullying and making up rumors about people online. Oh my god. What is the spiritual community come to? What has spirituality become? What did the Romans do? I'm blaming the Romans. I don't like... Listen, I know that we're not supposed to blame people. I'm blaming the Romans, though. Okay? I'll drop my barrier down and I'll blame the Romans. I'm blaming the Greeks. I'm blaming the Romans. Dang, what the hell did they do? Because spirituality did not look like this years ago. Eons ago, back like African spirituality don't look like this. Going back to Egypt, that spirituality don't look like this. You go to, like to anywhere but Western spiritualization, it don't look like this. But you come to the Western side, and it looks like that. It looks like the exact opposite. No, that's the thing. When fucking Earl was saying that I was molested by Jay-Z, that shit fucked me up. Cause I was really confused. It wasn't the rumor that hurt me. It was the fact that homie just randomly decided to do that. And it was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, really? I thought we were cool. But I guess we're not. I don't know. You just woke up and chose violence one day. That shit was crazy, dude. And then he came in chat with one of his with a different account and tried to like harass me, and that was kind of funny. I knew it was him, unfortunately, because I mean, bro, I don't know. I'm not gonna get into it, but shit's crazy. Like like what the fuck is going on with this? Can we talk about it for a minute? Like what's actually going on with spirituality? It's about spirits, right? But what fucking spirit is going around in that place? Like what spirit is that? What trickster spirit's running around like actually convincing these people of shit like this? Like what's going on? I need to know. Because if I can delete that spirit, oh baby, I will. But what the fuck is going on with that? Because it's not even just with an individual. It's like everywhere. It's everywhere. I don't know what it is. It's a curse. It's like an archon. Dude, it's some fucking parasite. It's a parasite or something. It's like, oh, I heard that you're spiritual. Now you have the parasite. Now you're sick. Like, I don't get it. It's like the cheese touch or something. You can't identify with it or it just fucking, like, gets you. Everyone, like, dude, everyone's fucking Michael. Everyone's fucking Anubis. Everyone's Ra. Everyone's Thoth. Everyone's one of the elders. Where's the fucking real ones, man? Like, come on. I know that there's people down here who are avatars for these actual goddesses and gods. Where are the fucking real ones? Everyone sit down until we figure it out. Because I'm tired of hearing this shit. And it's mainly the people that don't say that shit that can really, like, basically verify that they might be one. And at the end of the day, they still go, I don't really think I am, though. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I've met people that I've genuinely, up, down, left, and right, swear they are, like, elders, and they're just like, I don't fuck with that though. Like I don't play that game, and it's like damn, okay, well then I guess you're not one. Oh, I don't know. You just act like one of them. You just like you're not going around boasting about it. I don't think a god would be boasting about that they're a god. I don't think that's a thing. Like, I mean, maybe if that, I mean, look, we're not gonna break it down too much, but maybe if you were one of the Roman gods, because apparently they like to brag and boast. Because if you look in Roman history and the Greek histories and go down their mythologies, they do have a lot of braggy gods, and that kind of like resembles with, not even because like, dude, not even Set in Egypt, who literally killed his own brother out of jealousy because of his sister, was like bragging about shit. He didn't even brag about it. He just wanted to. He just killed his brother. He grew him into wheat. Well, he let him turn into wheat. Excuse me. He let Osiris rest and turn to wheat. He then chopped down the crops and then he spread his bodies around the Nile. He wasn't bragging about that shit. The only reason why anything happened to him is because Isis told Horus when he was a child that Horus swore to get revenge. Like no one was bragging about it. No one stood up and said, "I did this. I killed him." No one gave a fuck. Like no one get like what's going on? I want to figure this out. Like why? Why are people bragging about stuff that they like don't know about? When it comes down to spirituality, when it comes down to them being who they are, like no god or goddess that I know of will brag. Fuck, dude, not even like go into the biblical ages. Not even Jesus bragged about shit. Jesus said, "Don't fucking test me. Don't tell me to do some shit just because you don't believe me. Go away if you don't believe me." Damn, like what the fuck? I don't want you around. Like what the hell? What is going on? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not I know y'all know what I mean. But it's bizarre. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what's really going on in the spiritual community? What is this parasite? I want to break it down. I want to see what it is. I want to know. Man, not even Lucifer bragged about shit. That's the thing. Not even Lucifer bragged. Now that I'm thinking about it, the only thing he did was get really pissed off that Jesus was held in higher standards than him. He didn't even brag about anything. He said, "I can tell you your futures by looking at the stars." Can you do that? He didn't, not even bragging, maybe boasting for sure, but he never bragged. And then he got really upset. Like, what the fuck is going? Like, I want to know what's going on. I want to tap in with that. I'm going to tap in with that at some time. I will come back with a full-on, like, essay report, like, 3-hour-long video of figuring out that shit. I will break the curse. I will find out what's going on with that. Because it's like, I think about it so much, like, every day. I have to know. First of all, it's an identity crisis. That's one thing I do know. It is an identity crisis because when you go into spirituality and you get your brain busted open and your ego pops, you kind of just have to latch onto something to make yourself feel powerful without completely forgetting that the God inside of you is always active. You know, that's always the thing that's active because God put a part of him in you. He breathed life into man, making him a living soul. So you got that part of God in you already, right? You already have God, half man, half divine. The same thing as Jesus. You have fleshly desires, but you have the power to create and do whatever you desire. But it's like a step further. Like they forget that. It's like I want to figure out because it's like it's scary. I'm scared for those people. I don't know what's gonna happen to them. I don't know what's gonna happen to anyone really at the end of the day. But let's say the aliens do come down, and these people are like, "I am this god." No, the fuck you're not. Boom. They're just eviscerated. Now what? Now, okay, since that person wants to say that they're that god, who else thinks that they're that god? Step up to the plate. Now everyone's getting eviscerated because like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit could happen. You never know. That might be a little far-fetched thinking, but like, what's going on? Like, shit. What if the aliens do come down? And they say, "Oh, you're this god, so you have to do this." And then humanity's life and whole safety is put into one person who just thinks that they're this entity and they end up not being it, and then everyone dies because of them. Now what? Like, does anyone think this deep about stuff, or is this just like me? Because I think about this a lot. This is something that's on my mind like 24/7. I have to think about it. I like thinking about stuff. I have to like, because it's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. It has to. I mean, shit. We're being watched by our angels and stuff, and if they know that someone's identifying with something that they're not, I'm, they're trying their best to give them signs. No, you're not that. You're adjacent to it, or you studied under them. No, I'm that. I don't like. Damn, I don't know. Life is confusing. Detach from it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. We'll have another moment where it's just like everyone's praising idols again. And then the real God has to come down. It's gonna be Moloch all over again, where everyone's making sacrifices to the golden bull statue and nothing ends up working. So then God's like, okay, since nothing's working, we're gonna get rid of all your food and water, and then we're gonna like bless all you all. And that's how we're gonna rule it. Like, man. And going on like I don't know, man. I've read too many religious texts. This could go down in too many ways. Yeah. I mean, that contract is supposedly supposed to end in 2030. Um, the travel ban is supposed to supposedly end in 2030, and then in 2045 or 2040, um, like interactions are supposed to be more happening. From what I'm told and what I've like looked up and asked about, that's what I have. You know, hands up. I'm not gonna say 1000%, but from what I've read up on, from what I've done and research wise, it seems to be that way. But we'll find out when time hits. We will find out when time hits. Until then, I'm just gonna enjoy the ride, and whatever happens, happens, and I'm gonna just let it be. I'm not gonna force it. I'm not gonna pressure it. It's not my place. Not my time. But yeah, we just need to heal. That's all. We just need to heal. Regardless, this all has to do with healing. We just need to heal ourselves. We need to have humility and laugh at ourselves more. And just be humble about it. Who cares? You're in the bath word. I got out of it a while ago. I did a whole thing. No, actually. See, this is the thing. I know that I'm not from here because in my last situation, my roommate was fucking terrified of me, and every time he would talk about me to someone, he would say I'm an alien. So it's not even the fact that it's just me saying it. There's people around me who's like scared of that shit. And it's like, I'm not that scary. I'm really not. I am probably one of the like most brain dead people you'll meet. Like, yeah, I can use my brain, but usually I'm like, I'm not in it to win it. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I take my shit serious, but I'm not like, I don't get it. Cause you'll know. I mean, you'll know if you're not from here. You will know. You will get signs. Not only from like yourself and from your guides, but people around you will have a different type of approach. You know? And then, oh my god. That brings me down to the topic of the chosen ones. Like, I don't know, man. Dude, I'm so upset. Not really like mad, but I'm like disgruntled and like kind of like sad. Because everyone in tarot says chosen one, and now everyone thinks that they're a chosen one. And not everyone's a chosen one because only 144,000 of y'all are gonna go up in those ships. They ain't got room for all of you. Some of you are still gonna be here on Earth. And then that's gonna hurt some people's feelings, and their egos are gonna go crazy. Like, I thought I was a chosen one. I was part of the 144,000, and I haven't left yet. No, because you're not part of the 144,000, because those are people are going up into Nibiru and going back to Illy 1 to fucking study and to get better and to gain their abilities so they can come back and fix Earth in the next incarnation. Y'all gotta, the rest of y'all gotta sit down here and help Earth where it's at right now. I don't think people are ready to hear that, though. Exactly, we're all chosen. We're all chosen to do something, but we're all not part of the 144,000. That is something completely different. That is something completely different. But they mash it together. It sounds good. It sounds good. It's a good way to rope people in. It's a business tactic in my eyes. In my eyes. Even if it's not used as one. In my eyes. Coming from someone that's done contracting and gone to college for business, I know buzzwords when I see it. I know advertising when I see it. I'm not the best at advertising though, but I know it when I see it. So it's there. Hands up though, because I mean I'm guilty of it too. Obviously, I can't be tooting the horn and not saying that because I'm guilty of it too. But I'm not but and I switched it because I'm not gonna say but because that's just rebuttal. Say I'm not gonna do that. But and I switched it. Because it's like, I don't know, you jump in without knowing stuff, you say things that you think is right, and that's perfectly fine. That's what happens. I just wasn't educating myself the right way. And then I did. And then my whole world flipped upside down. And I realized that I was doing a lot of things wrong. They felt right because everyone else was doing it. I figured out, nope, that's not how it should be. At least not for me. So we changed it. Yeah, they have an escape pod. You sit one down real quick. Just hop on like an extra 30 people. I don't know. It would be really, really cool if I and we got to go up in those ships. That'd be pretty cool. Most definitely. I would enjoy to do that. But if I don't get to, I will just enjoy the sight of watching other people do it, and I will be happy that way. Pull for you? I got you. I got you, Mark. Now, the pulling's free. The 2-card pool is donation based, so you don't have to donate if you don't want to. They're free. You can just ask. But I can get you after Mark if you want one. Because I don't know. 2-card pulls are usually the best way to do readings, honestly. At least what I found. Because the first one is your problem and the second one is your solution. It's an easy pull. It's an easy way of reading. The Celtic Cross is another good one, but I don't have another deck, and if I had another one of Red or White, it would be positioned to only have the Celtic Cross, because that one's in a specific order. The deck is for you to do that, but I don't remember the order off the top of my head. I'll get 2 for you as well. But Mark, the first one is the 9 of Wands reverse. If you felt like you're late, if you feel like you've been late to making a choice or making an action, you're not. It may feel that way because of how intense of the thing you're doing or how stressful the environment is around you, but you haven't done anything too late. If that's a worry, don't allow yourself to get a headache over that. You are moving forward within your feelings. You followed your feelings correctly. You moved from the wands to the cups, and now you're moving from the cups to the swords. The reason it might feel stressful is because of that transition from the cups to the swords, with the knight being here, moving from the feelings to the thoughts. So moving forward, don't allow your thoughts to cause stress or to second guess what you're doing right now. Everything is moving according to plan. It just might be a little stressful right now. Well, that's what I got for you. Alright, I'll get one for Tara. And thank you, Mark. I appreciate love that as well. Of course, I got time. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. I'll usually announce it before. If I'm gonna leave, I'll announce it and then be like, if anyone else has anything, you know, to leave open rooms. I haven't announced it yet, so I'm good. I got time. So let's see for Tara, what's going on with that. I'll do a quick. I wish I knew where my bell was. If I knew where my bell was, I'd be ringing it every time. Your first card is the Ace of Cups. So right now is a good time to nurture yourself. Allow yourself to be nurtured by the divine as well. Just some old things being cleaned out of you. You're getting new feelings, new water for you. So allow yourself to kind of rest. There's things growing around you that you might not be quite aware of, but the divine is definitely within you and trying to speak to you and guiding you the right way at this time. You might be a little scared though to make these leaps. That's the only thing that might be going on, is you not trusting something that you're feeling because it's a new feeling or a new way of moving, but you are going the right way. The divine is moving you, so learn to control that mindset, learn to control that rational self of your mind, and move forward with that, because the divine is giving you feelings to move forward with and cleansing you out. Don't allow that fear or that new energy spook you away, because something great is coming along, especially with the Ace of Cups coming out first. Yeah, we can talk about energy for a minute as well, Mark. But yeah, let's move to. Yeah, I can get to you, April. It's all good. I will literally I will scroll up in chat. I have a tiny list in my brain somewhere of who's getting their readings. And if I end up feeling like I forgot one, I'll scroll up in chat and make sure. But I'll get Mary right now. I will get married. See, that's why I do these 2-card pulls, like these donation things, because it's like collective readings are good, but like if you could get like a simple 2-card for yourself, you can pretty much solve a lot of issues, especially if it's about like a specific issue. You can get some deep info for it. But yeah, I'll get you Mary right now and see what's going on for you. So Mary right now, the 9 of Pentacles. Take it easy, take it slow. Allow what you have around you on the physical to nurture you at this time. Things are growing around you and some things have already blossomed for you. Allow yourself to take advantage of those boons and really relish in them. This might be a test. This could be a test to see how far you're willing to transition. This might be a new way of seeing things, a new way of moving on the physical. But however, just take your time, especially because anytime I see the 9 of Pentacles, I always focus on that snail, and it's just really slow down. Take your time and admire the beauty around you at this time. Because again, wow, okay, the Magician, because you've drawn something from the divine. You've manifested in something that you're desiring. Something that you desire is coming in. You've done it. You've drawn it from the divine to the physical. You might not remember how you've done it. You might not believe that it's happening, but the cards are not going to lie to you right now. Just take your time, be slow. If you feel like putting extra pressure or putting more force on something, don't do that right now. Allow yourself just to rest and take your time, because something that you've wanted to create is happening for you right now. Allow yourself to really just know that and to be in peace, because that cycle of creation is over. Allow it to blossom. Don't overwork it, and just allow yourself to sit in the moment. Take it easy. We have after Mary, we have hidden. So yeah, we'll go for hidden now. And yeah, I didn't read your name, but I read the comment. I don't remember the name at least, but I can get you as well. I keep my eye out. I'm looking. But we'll get hidden. What's the message for hidden right now? What's the message for hidden? Sometimes I want to do my own 2-card pull when I'm doing these, just to see what's going on, but I don't know. I wouldn't read it out loud. That's the only thing. I wouldn't read it out loud. I don't know why. I'm scared to get readings of myself. Like I have to like record readings for myself. I have like 3 readings on my channel that's like privated. That's literally readings for myself because I'm too scared to sit like down and try and do it normally because like I'll battle the message. So I have to get into like a reading element to do it. But hidden right now, you might have an idea that isn't. I mean, a thought. Excuse me. You might be having a certain thought or certain thoughts that aren't benefiting you at this time. Really check yourself on that. It's not a crowning thought. It's not something that's going to help you move forward or evolve. Really see what's causing a bit of confusion, what's causing a bit of stress with the thinking patterns, so you're able to move forward. It could be about you not working enough. You might feel like you're not working hard enough, or that you're not putting in the right effort because things just haven't quite had a fruition on your side. But give it time, because it's not the fact that you haven't been doing the work. It's these thoughts are kind of pushing that away. If you know that you should be working on something but you're procrastinating, then work on it. But don't just think that things aren't working because it's taking its time. But definitely, if you need to work on something, if you felt the call to work on something, definitely put your head down and start working on that, and don't overthink it at this time. All right, April, and then we have. Oh, my chat just exploded, and then Jaden. Okay. So we will go to April. We got you now. Also, Mark, or anyone in here really, Daniel or anyone, if you see anyone else that wants a reading, please let me know after, or type it in the chat so I can keep it in my mind just in case. Because my brain, you know how it can be sometimes. Sometimes it's out of order, sometimes it's in order. It all just depends. But we'll get you real quick, April, and then we will get Jaden, and then anyone else. I don't need to do that again. So we have the 7 of Cups. Right now, you're kind of faced with a lot of choices. These choices could be within multiple things: love, creation, job, money, houses, moving, whatever. There's a lot of choices around you that you could make. Right now is not the best time to make any of those choices, though. With the 7 of Cups, 7 always means Sabbath. It means to wait. Don't move. You're waiting on the divine right now. That's what you're needing to do, is just sit and wait. All these ideas, all these things you're being faced with seem like a good idea, but wait. Don't move forward too quick. Allow yourself to just sit there and just curate. Allow yourself just to see what's going on. Okay, yeah, definitely, especially with the Ace of Cups, I would wait. Something is not right with the 7 of Cups reverse, Ace of Cups reverse. Something's not right with the Ace of Cups reverse. Be careful of your feelings sabotaging you. Wait on the divine to give you a sign to move forward with something. And you might need to you might need to talk to the divine and tell them to give you a very specific sign, one that's so obvious to allow you all to connect closer together, to know what you need to do. Because a choice that you make right now could be a detriment. It's not coming from a divine place, it's coming from a misconstrued feeling, that may be controlled by a thought, and that's why it feels a little bit shaky. But right now, just wait. It might feel weird to wait, but just wait. Talk with the divine, ask him to send you a sign, look for angel numbers or however. Make sure that you're able to do that. Okay, we have Jaden. I seen someone else. And then Ash, I got you. Alright. And then we have Aria. Got you. I gotta scroll back up to remember these names. Gotta scroll back up to remember these names. Alright, Jaden. Right, yes. Yes, okay. I already forgot what reading I did. My brain's already doing it. Why are you doing this? Calm down, like chill. I just got a rush of energy. And everything's working again. What is going on out there? I don't know what that was. I'm gonna just let it do its thing. That's not my problem. I'm not gonna get entangled in that. I don't know what it was. It was like an invisible thing that had like a light on it. It was not a car. It was not a truck. It was invisible, and a little blue light went by. And I'm just gonna let it do its thing. I'm gonna just let it do its thing. I don't know if that was for me. I don't know. Probably was. I don't know what they wanted. I got whatever they got. I got whatever they fucking sent though. Because I'm burning up. I'm like about to break a sweat. So I got whatever they put in. I got it. I just don't know what it is yet. Alien encounters on stream. I might get abducted and just sweep out the window. You never know. No, but okay. Okay, let me ground. Jaden, let's get you your reading. Got the Two of Pentacles. Right now is the time to really balance yourself out. You have a choice between two different things. You have a choice of choosing two different paths. This is a crossroad card. But it's as well as seeing an achievement. No matter which way you're going, you're wanting to have an achievement. Both ways are both beneficial for you. Whatever path you choose is going to help you out, but you're needing to see what is actually going to benefit you the most. As you see in the background, the waves are shaky with the ships. That means shaky feelings are there. There's not a grounded feeling. You're losing balance because of this feeling that you have inside of you. That feeling might be anxiety, a pressure to choose something quicker than you need to at this time. Sorry, it just happened again. But it's something that it's like this shaky feeling that you're having. So you really need to sit still and ground yourself in that self. And again with the Ten of Wands, it's you might have a lot on your plate. A lot on your plate. Especially with the Ten of Wands, you have a lot of ideas that you want to do. You have a lot of things that you're wanting to create, but it's a bit too late to do it. Notice on the Ten of Wands, all the wands are fanned out. The light's already on. All the wands are fanned out. They're fanning. What happens whenever you fan a fire? You're trying to bring it back to life. There's one path that's already dead. It does not need to be worked on anymore. That path is not going to be beneficial for you. It's going to be a struggle to go with. So choose the other one. Ground yourself and really weigh out the pros and cons for whatever this is for you, so you can see which path is actually going to be the most beneficial for you. Because right now, the ideas that you're carrying for both of these things, one of them's like kaput. The other one can suffice some. But really ground yourself and see which is which. All right. No worries. I got you. Who else? I'm looking for names. Ash. Ash, you're wanted one. Oh my goodness. Well, that's good to know. Sorry, I just got a confirmation on my phone from something that I needed confirmation of a while ago, and that made me feel very good. 3? What is going on? I'm getting messages at the wazoo. I gotta like... I'm sorry, I'm blind. Why are people blowing up my phone right now? What is going on? There's too much activity. I got lights going on outside. I've got shit beaming energy into me. I did not expect whatever's happening right now to happen right now. I'm gonna just keep it a bean and a buck. But let's get one for you, Ash. I'm getting like, this is how I am on like full moons. I don't know what the hell's happening. I'm like sweating. I'm cold. I'm dying. This is my cocoon moment or something. I'm like metamorphosizing on stream. But I'm having fun. I love it here. But let's see here. Alright, Ash. First card we have is the Six of Wands. You might not feel like you're accomplishing something or that you're having a victory in something. Not feeling like you're completing something the correct way or able to have a victory or even like a self-parade. And the reason of that being, if you notice those two people in the back of this card, those two parts of you is your masculine and your feminine, your rational mind and your intuition. And with it being in reverse, especially since it's a 6 card as well, this is a Leo card, Leo and Jupiter, your luck might seem down. And it's not that your luck is down, it's that you need to spiritualize something. There needs to be a detachment from the physical, a more of an imaginative look at something, a less rational point of view, so you can actually see what's moving you forward. You might be feeling like you're moving with some form of extra energy, but you're not necessarily moving with it, or that extra energy isn't as supportive as you would want it to be because the horse is upside down. We have death reverse. These both cards with white horses are very good. White horses, anything that is white, a white animal on tarot is relating to the masculine. White is masculine in tarot, black is feminine in tarot. And with both these horses being white, it's something about the actions that you're doing that are keeping you within a cycle. You might not be doing the same actions, but the same response is being given. So you need to look at that. What are you trying to change? What are you trying to do moving forward that's not allowing you to move forward? And it could just be like misusing the actions that you're doing, misusing the funding that you're receiving. But right now, you might even just be in too much of a masculine energy trying to bull force through things. Allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to really tap into those feminine nurturing energies and heal with what's going on within. Because it's not the fact that you can't have this victory, it's the fact that there's some form of action that you keep doing that's almost blocking it. You also might need to do some selfless service in this sense. Really just do something because you enjoy to do it, or just because it's going to help someone else feel lighter. Because there might be an underappreciative energy underneath all of this as well that's keeping you from moving forward a little bit. In Destiny, I will get you... I don't have a coin to flip, but I'll see what we can get with tarot for you, Destiny. No worries, Ash. I got you. Mark, thank you. Goodness gracious. Thank you. I appreciate you. Love that. I'll get you, Destiny, though. Let's see. What's going on? I really do. I really enjoy doing the 2-card pulls. I have to take a minute and really just say that. I genuinely, this is one of the best ideas I've ever had. Like, rephrase. It's one of the best ideas that's ever been, like, put on me that I've acted on. That's a better way of saying it. Because I just like reading for people. And what's a better way of doing that than just doing like 2-card pulls? It gives an answer, it helps people, it makes me feel better. I just love doing this shit so much. Oh, no, okay, that's an actual truck that pulled up next. What is it doing? Why do the truckers pull up to this, like... I got like the trucker in the moon window. I can see the moon, I can see the truckers, I can see all sorts of stuff. I guess they're going to sleep. I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff going on. I love doing these 2-card pulls, though. I really do. Like, I love them. They're just so fun. And it's easier, too, because, like, I can just do 2-card pulls after collective readings to, like, go deeper into that or however else. You know what I mean? Like, collective readings are all good, but I like helping people with, like, their actual issues. And, like, my prices are prices, and money is how money is going to be for a while. So it's just nice to do this, you know? Pull angel cards? Yeah, I can pull a few angel cards for sure. But let me get Destiny real quick, and then I'll do that. So what's going on with Destiny? Let me scroll up a little bit so I can still read it. Find support through people here, move out of town and find support. Disassociating from your family is really rough to do. I will say, I've had to do it myself. It's not easy. It can definitely cause an upheaval in your energy and yourself as well. So be very sure that you're grounding yourself at this time. I'll tell you that off bat. Work with your heart chakra. Work with your third eye. And as well, work with your solar plexus. Because a lot of times when you remove yourself from family or friends, that puts a damper on your solar plexus chakra, because it then makes you think, why was I not good enough? It puts you in that position of why me? So just be very careful of that. Work with the heart chakra and then the third eye, and then after you work on the third eye, work with your your solar plexus, excuse me. Work on them in that order. Is this the best order? Trust me. But we have the Knight of Cups reverse. Right now would not be a good time to move. I'm glad I gave that little spiel before, because right now the emotions, the feelings are kind of running high. If now it wouldn't be a good idea to move. The support that you're looking for might be obtainable in a different way than you're looking. Um, you may need to branch out a little bit more differently. Um, you may need to traverse in a different way, but right now, especially with the nights, because the nights are all about movement, moving would not be a good idea. That would add a little bit more stress onto you. Really sit and wait for a new thought to come. Wait for a new crowning thought to come towards you, because there is one coming towards you with the Ace of Swords. One's coming towards you. So just sit and wait for a while before you move forward, and really just wait for this thought to come through. This thought will, it's like you already have an idea inside of you, but the feeling state that you're in is just a little bit unstable. Work with that, and then you'll really get the full answer. The answer might be to move, but right now in the state that you're in, not the best idea to. Can you have one more card pull? Of course, you can have as many as you want. And it's gonna only be 2 each time, but you can have as many as you want. Let me do a few angel card pulls before that, because Mark requested for Saturday night just to do a few angel card pulls for that, and then I'll get to you. For sure. How should I do this then? Top and bottom, or bottom and split, or top and split? Top and split. I had to sit there and think about that. I didn't know how I was gonna do this, because if we're doing 2 card pulls with angels, I haven't done that before. So top and split. It's interesting. So we'll see about this. We'll go through this. We'll take the top and split. You're upside down, because Michael's up top. We have the 5 of RAL. You needn't go to this you needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. And Archangel Zadkiel with solutions. Success that comes from objective compromise, self-control, and patience, forgiving and healing energy. So definitely call on your angels if you're for anyone. Call on your angels, call on your ancestors, call on your past over loved ones, call on your past over pets, call on your galactical family, call on someone. Your friends, someone in person, someone in spirit. You don't have to go through something alone. Vent to someone, talk to someone, do something. Because you're not alone. And even in a solution is coming. No matter what situation, solutions will always come. But with Archangel Zadkiel coming through like that, there's a solution that's going to end something. Zadkiel is the one all be all for endings when it comes down to it. So if you're worried about a situation staying longer than it needs, it's not. There is something that's going to happen out of the blue. You might not expect it. You might not really want to experience an ending because of the way you're thinking, but the ending might be a lot better than you think. The ending could simply just be of stagnation. The ending could simply be of you bottling in things that no longer need to be bottled in. Regardless, just call on Zadkiel if you need help to help you push forward at this time. Healing the shadow. Shadow work is fun. Work with your roots as well, Mark. Don't forget to do root work. After a while, when you do shadow work, when you start to feel like you're healed from it in the shadow aspect, take a break, then go to the root. Because once the shadow work is cleared, once all that shadow, all that fog is cleared, when you go to the root and start working with that, then things are going to get a little bit different. Then you're going to start to see this is where it comes from. This is where that root's from. This is why it feels this way. That's why this person triggered it. That's why all these other people triggered it. So now I can eliminate that one problem and not suffer from it anymore. Root work is difficult though. Root work is not easy. It's not fun. Shadow work is fun at some point. Root work is not. It is for some. I haven't got to that point where it's fun yet. It's very agitating for me. I won't lie. There are days where I will sit and pout doing root work, but it definitely does clear it out. But Randolph, we have Temperance reversed. So But temperance reverse, really take time to even out your scales. Are you focusing too much on the physical? Are you focusing too much on the spiritual? There's some form of imbalance. There's some form of imbalance that you need to look towards. There's some sort of crown. You might need to work with your crown chakra as well. You might be trying to get downloads from the divine as well, especially with the crown being on the card. But just, there's a higher self that's trying to speak to you, but you're not able to hear. And again, Eight of Wands. And it might be causing you to move late. You might, if you feel like you missed a beat, you probably did. With the Eight of Wands reversed, it's most likely a missed beat. When it's upright, it's a go card. When it's in reverse, you're going to be going, but it's a little bit too late. You might bump into a Nine of Wands situation, but right now, the best thing that you can do is really focus on what you need to. Ask the divine for advice if you're focusing too much on the physical. Ask, and even again, to ask the divine to show you something on the physical or give you something within the spirit, whatever way. But if there's something you need to do on the physical, start acting on it now, because you're a little bit behind. But if you can work on that and rebalance out that scale, things will work out evenly in the end. But right now, if things are imbalanced or feeling rushed, it's because it needs to be rushed a little bit. There was a beat that was missed. Doesn't mean it's going to be bad or everything is going to fall apart and explode. But now is definitely a time to start moving. If you felt like you need to move in a position or if you need to move in a way, now is the time to do it. I wish I could fucking speak. Root work is crazy. What in the hell? I haven't got a message from you in forever. And it's a, why did you send a paragraph? Hold on. I'm not even going to respond to that. I'll respond to that though, because that's different. Alright. Ow, I hit my finger without noticing until now. It's I got rid of the infection part. It's just sore from all the fucking well, all the inflation that it went through. Is that more infection that I'm seeing? Oh, there is a little bit more coming. Oh, I gotta clean it out. Oh well. Well, if anyone needs to, if anyone needs like, if you ever get like an ear infection or a finger infection, I can tell you how to heal it without going to the doctor and taking antibiotics. It's gonna hurt like a motherfucker, but it will heal holistically. And welcome in, Dainty. I almost called you Gorilla again, but welcome in, Dainty. It will really hurt. I'm not gonna lie. Last night was the most painful night of my life. I tried to go to sleep early. I was like, I'm gonna go to bed. It's 10 o'clock. I'm gonna sleep. And my finger, I wanted to cut it off at one point, and then the other point, I wanted to sledgehammer it because of how much it hurt. And that wouldn't solve any pain whatsoever, but it would stop the throbbing. And it was not fun. But I know how to do it. It's like, you just won't have like, I don't have the herbs for pain medication. Man, Mark, I think it was 2 days ago. I forgot who it was, but I was reminded about the man in the sauna that came around telling me I had to leave and shit because people were feeling weird about their readings I was doing. I was like, I ain't gonna do that. That was crazy. I remember the sauna. I miss the sauna days. I really do. The sauna days were fantastic. I really miss them. Especially in the wintertime where I had to walk my ass up to that office in like freezing ass temperature. I'd sit in that sauna for like 2 hours waiting for the place to open up, just heating up. Yeah, see, I had I I had honey, but I drink it. I drank it all. I was fasting. So I drank all my honey. I didn't have any honey. I threw out all my supplies that I had because I thought I had to leave one day, so I have nothing. I had salt, I had water, and that was about it. And it got the infection out. This is actually the fastest that I've healed it, though. Usually it takes like a week for me to get the pus out, which is kind of gross to talk about. But I got it out this rising, and it's only been infected for like 3 days. Today's the third day. So whatever I did this time is different. But yeah, dude, if I had honey, that goes on anything. Any type of burn, any type of infection, honey goes on immediately. If you are eating spicy food, see, this is the thing. You do not drink milk to subside spicy food. Just drink honey. It is a natural reliever of pain and heat. It's like aloe vera, but on crack when you're eating like spicy foods. Aloe vera is good for skin burns. Honey's good for hot foods. You do that, you're safe. You can literally like put honey if you like if you get like a boil on yourself. You can use honey for that too. It's literally like, it's the food of the gods for a reason. It can heal so much. It's an antioxidant, dude. It's crazy. It has so many enzymes in it to like help out your body. It flushes your system. Honey is crazy. Honey is one of the craziest things ever. I love honey. Dude, you can do so much with that stuff, dude. I love bees. I wonder if that dude still has his bee farm, and if I can still get free honey from him. So I remember my neighbor where I grew up, he used to make, I've told this story so many times, but he had a bee farm and he made homemade honey. And he would infuse it with with homemade blueberries. Like he grew his own blueberries and strawberries and stuff, and he would infuse his honey with that stuff, like homemade. Oh my god. Dude. I wish I could go back there. And just, I mean, I could. I don't even have to wish. I could just ask someone to drive me there. I would buy so much honey off of him. It's not even funny. I mean, he sells it in store, but I want to buy it from him in person. Was he a gnome? No. Funnily enough, I never seen his actual face. I've only seen him in a bee suit. I never actually knew what he looked like, so I don't know what he looks like. I know what his wife looks like. I know what his son looks like. I don't know what he looks like. Oh, nutmeg's another crazy one. Cayenne pepper, another crazy thing that we just have. You got parasites. You have parasites, cayenne peppers kill them. Not even just that, it kills this. It kills the fucking the eggs. You tired of having parasite eggs? Get cayenne pepper. Take you a shot of cayenne pepper and lemon juice with water and Celtic sea salt and some garlic. And those shits are out your system. You'll get the parasite, the egg, and any other fucking thing that's squirgling around in your intestines or stomach, and that shit's gone. You take a shot of that when you first rise up, and when you first about to go to bed, they gone. They gone. And I got you, What's your name? Tracy, I couldn't read. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate you, love it. But I'll get you real quick. Cloves are, dude. Cloves are a good parasite killer. If you can make you some clove tea, make you some clove tea and put some honey in it. It game over. For anything, like, you can coughs, sicknesses, stomach flus, bye. Sore throats, bye. Headaches, sometimes they can go away with it. Depends on how bad the headache is. If it's a migraine, don't do it. But other than that, clove water is crazy. I had to make homemade clove water, but since I don't have anything to boil it in, I put the cloves in the coffee maker in here. And I made it that way, and it worked. But that's what I had to do. What's my workout routine? I don't have one right now. I get up and walk around a lot. That's about it. But let me get you in your reading real quick, Tracy. So first, right now, 3 of Wands. Right now is not a good time to really focus on that. Right now is not a time for you to really be seeing this. This is Aries and Mercury, I believe. I believe it's Aries and Mercury. It's a communication card. So right now is not a really good time to focus on love, or if you're going to get in a relationship. Right now would be a better time to focus on the relationship with you and focusing on the union of yourself, so that whenever time does come for that, you're able to fully have a relationship or a marriage that will be actually suitable for you, rather than bipolar in the sense of one side giving more than the other, right? But yeah, right now, the feelings of wanting a relationship are happening. You are manifesting something in the background with the moon being there. It's a subconscious thing that's happening right now. Really just focus on the connection between you and yourself right now, though. Relationships and love will always be a thing, will always be an opportunity for people. But if you are in a good connection with yourself, then you're not going to find someone that's also good within themselves whenever you find them. So really making sure of that. It's the same thing for, like, you can call it a twin flame journey as well. You might bump into a twin flame that's going to mirror the sides of you that still need work. So really focus on that internal self, and know that if you are desiring a relationship, if you're desiring a marriage, it's going to happen. But first, work with the internal systems of yourself so that you know what you're going to be walking into when those things happen. Oh yeah, cloves are good for toothaches. I don't have sage no more. I don't even have incense, dude. I have nothing. I don't even have salt. I'm raw dogging it with water and like coffee. I found a bag of hyssop today and I used all of it. So I don't have anything. I have crystals, but not really. I mean, I got my mom's dragon and I have my Sevator. Other than that, I'm just raw dogging it. If I had a sage stick, I'd get in so much trouble. Dude, I would get in so much trouble. I would get in so much trouble. I would be burning that shit like crazy. I would be burning it like nuts. Yeah, I have the divine. Right now, I'm just raw dogging it with the angels and stuff. I'm learning how to speak Enochian. I don't know how to speak it, so that's what I'm learning to do. So I guess it's a form of protection, but I'm also scared of mispronouncing words because I don't want to get in trouble. Because sometimes I take it too serious. But regardless, it's been fun though. Because, like, nothing bad has happened. I finally I actually 2 days ago got to the root of the situation that I had to leave with my last apartment. I got to the end of that situation, and it turns out the people that were doing magic on me didn't know what the fuck they were doing, and they didn't even know it was working. They didn't know that I was feeling anything or receiving anything. So they stopped doing it. And I just have them hot-footed so they don't do anything now. So they, even if they wanted to, they couldn't. But I found that out a few days ago because I delved in deep. It just clicked with me, and it was like, yeah, they did not know that it was working. They had no idea that anything they did was working. And I just found that really funny. Because everything after that made so much more sense. Because, like, the way they were acting, the way they tried to, like, mock me, it was, like, weird. It was just so weird. But that was an interesting divination session I had a few days ago when I figured that out. So I haven't been as uptight about needing to protect certain things. It was super weird. It was super weird, though. Oh, they are scared. They were scared. I know they were scared. Because here's the thing. One of them didn't even believe in magic, and the other one just didn't know what they were doing. So, that was kind of funny to experience. Because, like, I don't know. I'm not going to delve too deep in it publicly, but everything that happened made so much sense. And I spent, like, at least 30 minutes laughing about that shit. That shit was so funny to me. Because it was like, huh. So, like, they were just fucking around. And then I literally, like, curb stomped them, basically, to get them to leave me alone. And they were like, yeah, basically, we gave you permission to tell them to fuck off. And you told them to fuck off, and they did. I was like, huh. Okay, well, cool. That's cool. Glad to know. I had to make sure that I wasn't in trouble for anything I did as well, because again, like, if they, I don't know, it's one of those things. I gotta be careful. Dude, I never did this light as a feather, stiff as a board. I never got to do that. I didn't have people around me. Then again, I was kind of just talking in graveyards. So, I don't really think I needed that experience. But definitely, dude, the occult and magic is a culture shock if you're not ready. Dude, if you're not ready for it, that shit can have you in lockdown forever. Because it's real, and it hits heavy. When it really starts to kick in, it starts to hit heavy. Oh, but speaking of occult things, in the Discord server, I uploaded a few more PDFs, in the resources if y'all want to go check them out. If you're in the server, at least, as well, because they're interesting. I uploaded something about Enochian magic in there for those that are interested, as well, because it's an interesting topic. Oh, dude. If you're not ready for Ouija boards, you're in for a surprise. Those things are crazy. They're fun. They're real. And if you want to talk to a spirit, use that. Don't use this. Don't use bones. You want to talk to a spirit, whether it's a trickster spirit or not, go right to a Ouija board. Have fun. I'm not telling you to do it, though. I'm just telling you to have fun. I used to walk people through how to use Ouija boards. I remember in high school, but I'll get to yours as well, Destiny. But I remember in high school, we made a makeshift Ouija board out of a shot glass that I brought from my dad's, like, wine cabinet, and we, like, drew the thing on paper, and we got that shit to work. Oh baby, we got that shit to work. One of the people in the group didn't believe it was real, and he was being an asswipe and mocking the spirit and all sorts of stupid shit, and he kept taking his hand on and off the oracle, and then after a while he started screaming, and he had 3 big scratch marks down his back, and that was fun. And then his dumbass decided to fill the water with the shot glass that we were using as an oracle for the board. He decided to fill that up with water and drink it for some reason. I don't know what the fuck possessed him to do that shit, but I looked at him like he was the dumbest motherfucker on earth, because then I had to walk him through a bunch of rituals to do at his house to get himself cleansed, because he just invited a spirit into his body, and ever since then he's hated me. So he does not like me anymore. Like after that experience, he full on believes that I did something to him, and I was actively telling him not to do things, and he was just doing it. And I just found that really funny. But you know, that's what you get. That shit was crazy though, because we were in. It was like during school hours, and it just, you know. He was like, I don't know, I just thought that if I drank the water it would help. I was like, no, you just invited it into your body. You literally just, we couldn't burn sage or have incense in school. Where I just carried like a cursed object back home and cleansed it at my house. Like, I think that was the craziest thing of my life. Because one of my other friends at the time, his name was Jacob. He was into all this stuff too. He's actually a Buddhist, right now currently. Well, last I checked in with him was like senior year. He was a Buddhist. I'll leave it like that. He took the paper home that we use as a board, and he did his thing with that. And then I took the shot glass home and I had to cleanse that shit. He got ego crushed hard. I told him, like, dude, you're kind of stupid for that. Like, I told him to his face, like, you're not supposed to do that. You should have asked someone. Like, why did you just think that was a good idea? Like, I don't know. I just thought that if you drank from the same thing that it did, that it. Okay, so if you get burnt by boiling water, are you gonna? If you get burnt by a stove that's boiling water, are you gonna drink the fucking water to help yourself? No. Then why would you do the other thing? Use your brain. Like, come on. I get it. Like you don't know about Ouija boards, but really, man, like. Now you got me fucked up, and like now I gotta be responsible for this bullshit because that's my property and my cup, and now some random like spirit from schools in this shit. Now I gotta. I was just mad because I had to handle it. I'm not gonna lie. I was just upset because that shit went back on me. If anything bad happened to him after that point, it would have been on me. No, but I'll get to your reading right now, Destiny. Right now, with the Knight of Wands. Things will get better. You may need to, if you've been having ideas of going to therapy, ideas of getting massages, anything of that nature, ideas of using like Epsom salt baths, do those. If you've already been doing them and you've been getting ideas of talking to whoever is doing that for a greater thing and for moving on to something bigger, definitely do that. Right now is the time to move with ideas that you're getting to help that back problem. If you want to look up herbs and things or like creams that you could get to also help with that, now would be a good time to do that. Because especially if you've been dealing with it for this long, it's time to try something different. It's time to use some new ideas and speak up for things. And again, 3 of Cups, don't get distracted by, oh, what if it's too much, or how much is it going to cost, or all those things. Don't worry about that. If you talk with the divine to help you move through this, especially since this is a wand, they will be there to help you with it, with giving you what you need. But don't get distracted with things of, oh, it might not work, or I don't, I'm skeptical about using certain herbs or certain creams. Those things right there, just be sure that you're doing research and really speak up about the back pain and see if you can get something done. If you have already spoken up to doctors and things about the back pain and the things happen, this is definitely a time to try taking it to a holistic route and looking into things that way. Because the back pain shouldn't be there. Is it because of like a disc or a joint, or do you know what I mean? Because you can look up certain things to fix those depending on where it's at, as well as just like muscle relaxers. Because even then, like having like shoulder blade issues with the muscles there and can cause a lot of back issues as well. Also stretching. Try doing some stretches if you can to help subside the pain as well. Oh, see, that's a fun experience. I haven't had that before, Daniel. I haven't had that before. Yeah, my sister had that. She had to get a crazy surgery for that. But yeah, I got you, Sound. No worries, I got you, Sound. But yeah, definitely try going like a holistic route. You might not think it, but listen, every medicine that comes from everything comes from plants. And if they're giving you medicine to subside the pain and they're trying to get the discs to stop overlapping, there are combinations of plants that you can use to get it a lot better, and it won't have any sort of chemical or erosion issues within like the body of the muscles and things. But I got you, Sound. I got you. Oh yeah, definitely. Like, even me now, if I were to see something like that, I would definitely back up for a minute. Like, I would have to sit, like, like my first thought would definitely be to recite some verses, uh, and use my ability as a as a as a minister to make some holy water on fucking spot and do some shit. That would be my first response. Other than that, I would need to sit down and really contemplate what the fuck happened. Uh, like, it's just, I completely get it. Like, oh my god. I actually, my mom's room, well, it was the computer room, but it was my mom's room because the computer was in there, had a bunch of dolls, and one of the dolls was cursed. And I never figured out which doll was cursed because it would always hop around. One day I went in the room and there was a lice on the doll, and I didn't want to ever step back in the room again because that's not good. That's not a good sign. So I told my mom about it, and she got rid of the lice. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't want to go in there for a few days. But that room was haunted. I don't care what anyone says. My mom even knew it was haunted. She didn't give a fuck, though. She was more scared of snakes than ghosts, so... I don't know. That's Appalachian stuff. That's voodoo. I don't know. You know what's even funnier? My mom had a voodoo doll. She had a voodoo doll, and it was stabbed in the head, in the chest, and in the dick. And she said that was for my dad. So I know she was into stuff. She was an Appalachian raised woman, so she knew some stuff. Did she teach me anything? Hell no. Did I see some signs of stuff going on? Yeah. She slept with she literally had, oh my god, dude. She had so much spiritual stuff. She had a Buddha statue in her bathroom. Obviously, that's like a prayer room area. You can do that in a prayer room. She had two, what the fuck? Why can't I remember what they're called? Damn. That killed the momentum. The dream catchers, that's what they're called. She had two dream catchers, one above her head and one above her feet at the bed. And then, guess what? When I moved into her room after her passing, I had the craziest fucking dreams of my life. For like 3 years straight, I had the craziest dreams. I had the craziest encounters, and it was probably one of the funnest times of my life. But let me get to the reading real quick. Let me get to your reading, Sound, before I get too off topic. So right now with the world reverse, you don't necessarily have the scepter that you're needing. It's not saying that your future isn't safe, but right now there's things that you need to be learning and doing to receive the good fortune and the better future that you're looking for. It's not saying that it's not possible, but there's an order of operation that things are going in and that you need to worry about. The order of operation being fire, which is your thought, which is your ideas that you're being presented from the idea, to water, which is your feelings, to swords, which is air, your mind, down to earth, which is your actual action. So make sure that you're using the order of operation. If you get a thought, remember that thought's coming from a feeling that's being derived from some sort of outside source that you're experiencing. Don't jump the gun with that, but allow yourself to know that not every action you have and every action that you're taking is deliberate. Most of them are happening because of subconscious programmings. So really make sure of how you're moving forward. Right now, you're needing to let your thoughts nurture you. You're needing to nurture your thoughts as well. Really ponder about why you're thinking about things. If you're afraid of your good fortune in your future kind of falling out of place or falling out of line, worry about that. Not worry. Not okay. Worry about it in the sense of paying attention to it. I don't mean to like freak out about it, of course, but pay attention to those thoughts. Let those thoughts give you what they're trying to show you. Let them fuel you with a new idea of how to move forward, so that you can secure the fortune that you're having. So you can secure the good fortune, the future that you're wanting. Because right now, it's not that it can't be secured, it's not that it's not secured, it's just not set in stone yet. So things can still be moved around, things can still be a little bit shaky. So really focus on how you're thinking and what you're thinking about at this time. That sounds like a beautiful idea, honestly, Randolph. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. And have a good one. No problem. I got you, Sam. I got you. I got you. What is going on here? I got you, Kay. Let me... I'm not going to worry about that till after, actually. Because something keeps telling me to stop doing that. So I'm not going to worry about clicking on that until I'm done streaming. Unfortunate. For whatever that is. I don't know what it is. But when I find out. Let's see though. Anything? Messages from guides, ancestors for Kay at this time? Anything at all? We have the King of Cups reversed. There's some form of feeling that you haven't quite mastered yet. You might be trying to feel a lot of things at once, or you're trying to figure out how you are feeling or figure out why something is feeling the same way. It's not matured yet. So really allow yourself to feel what you need to feel. Don't beat yourself up if you are still in the energy of whatever this feeling is of blaming someone or something, or not seeing it in its full place right now. It's a process, so give yourself that grace. Something just isn't mature yet. You're still kind of drowning. You're still learning how to swim in that sense. So allow yourself to do that. And also don't try and rush. If you feel like it's taking too long, or that you took too long to feel something out, or to try and work through some form of dilemma, you did miss a beat, but don't beat yourself up over it. Allow yourself to just kind of rest in that. Allow yourself to know that it's going to heal at its own time. So don't rush yourself. Don't try to jump ahead of the game. Just kind of know where you're at and allow yourself to be where you're at right now. The mastery that you're going through is going to take some time, and you might feel called to rush it, but don't rush it. Well, you can close portals as well. Do you do any timeline work? Do you work with like collapsing timelines at all? Infinite? Because if you don't, I highly suggest that. And if you don't know how to, email me, and I will walk you through some things. But if you know how to, definitely it is a good time to collapse some timelines, to close some portals. And what do you mean by what is collective, Mark? What do you mean by that? I got you. I got you, Infinite. Because collapsing timelines is something, if you know how to shift and you know how to create things, you, yeah, you know that label. Yeah. I get it. But if you know how to transfer timelines, you need to learn how to collapse them. That is a huge thing. Um, and it's not for everyone. Sometimes you have to go to certain people who will help you collapse them. But if you know how to transfer timelines, you gotta know how to collapse them. So I'll walk you through that. I'll help you with that. Because that's important to do. It's also very fun to do when you learn how to. Um, because it works off the theory of quantum entanglement. Yeah, I can help you collapse them too. Yeah, if you need help with that, email me. I can do some stuff. Listen, I've been saying it for a while how I want to get back into the magic game and doing that stuff. And listen, I might not have all the ingredients, but right now I can do some mean fucking shit with fire and paper and ink. I don't need much else. I really don't, but I like having the rest of it because it makes stuff easier. But if I got to use those three ingredients, I will. I just need fire. I need fire, and they go straight to earth. Two of the best elements. Well, really, I use all of them because it's a whole thing. I usually have water running in the background. Just how it is. I got you, Infinite. I will help you with that. Because, like, it can definitely be difficult, but speaking of that, I gotta burn you. I forgot about you. I gotta burn that. It's probably dry by now. That just reminded me. It has nothing to do with anything we're talking about, but I have to burn paper because I took a bath with the sigil. It's time to burn it. Time to get rid of it. It's a banishing sigil, so I gotta kind of burn it at some point. It's not no rush, but I did, because what I do sometimes, if you want a good banishing spell, the best days to do this is on Saturday because it's working with Saturn. But I have a Saturn. You can make like a Saturn sigil, like a sigil for Saturn. It needs to be a planetary sigil. It needs to be in a square format, of course. But you can do that and bathe with it. And after you bathe with it, you don't necessarily lay in the bath with it, but you fill the tub with water, and then you take the water from the tub and pour it on you and say what you're trying to get rid of, and then after that you dry the paper out and burn it, and that can remove certain blockages. If you feel like Saturn's being a bitch to you for no damn reason, because Saturn loves to do that, you just do that and get rid of it. If you feel stuck or like someone's trying to hold you back, that can help you with it too. Yeah, black sea salt, and that's still doing. Oh my god, yeah, okay. Nah, cause that's risky. That would listen. Okay, I can't. You don't. If you have a black obsidian mirror, I know some things that could help, but it's so dangerous to use black obsidian mirrors when it comes to portals because if you fuck something up, they could just use that instead. I learned that the hard way. And I don't want anyone else learning it the hard way either, because that was not fun. I had to get rid of it, and it made me sad. And it was a tiny portable one, too. These rings of Saturn, yeah, they're going to be disappearing here soon. For a while. They're going to go bye-bye. And there ain't nothing that no one can do about it. And when they disappear, oh, child, when they disappear, just you wait till they disappear. So many restraints off of so many people are gonna fly out the damn window. Yeah, I'll have to help you with that then, because if that portal's doing that's gonna mean some stuff. Why are they disappearing? I don't know. I don't know why they're disappearing. I just know they're disappearing. I wish I knew why they were disappearing. I would talk about it all damn day. Um, but damn, who needed that reading? Kay, all right, got you. I'll get to your reading eventually, Kay. Sorry. You know how it is over here. I get so off topic and so invested in so many things. All right, Four of Cups reverse. Right now is a good time for introspection. You might not be wanting to introspect or look deep into the financial situation because it's causing stress or certain thoughts, but right now you need to start meditating on it. How do you pronounce that word? How do you pronounce that word? I didn't want to look it up like that. That's not the. Why did it do that? Hold on. I don't know how to say it. Grabovi. No, I know how to say it. Never mind. You might need to use Grabovi codes to help you with that. That might be something. I'll put it in the chat. But Grabovi codes are a lifesaver if you can use them, if you want to use them. But definitely look up some of those. But it's time to just take an introspect on that because there's something you're not seeing. There's something about cross-fading thoughts that you're having where one thought's trying to tell you something to push you forward to do something that's going to help you, and another thought is kind of keeping you stuck in the past, stuck in a fear place. It has you blinded. So really take time to meditate at this time. Oh, you've never heard Grabovi codes? Ooh. You got to work on them. Get them. Look them up. If you email me, I have a photo of some really good ones for financial unblockings. I have a lot of them written on my arm right now, actually. There's another one that you can write underneath your left tit. If you want that one, I can send you that one too. That one's an interesting one. It's just 889. You would write that underneath, like right here, underneath your boob. Male or female, doesn't matter. Has to be on the left side. Most Gravigi codes you want to put on the left side. But you can write them on paper. You can put water on top of them. You can write them on your skin. You can do all sorts of stuff with it. You can make sigils out of them. You can do all sorts of stuff. But Gravigi codes, they help. They're made by this Russian mathematician who is also a spiritualist, who designed those codes specifically as like cheat codes for life, basically, like spiritual cheat codes, and they do work. Holy shit, they work. They work really well. So definitely look into them. And even if not, you can also just recite them. You can say them however you wish to do it. It will help in some sort of benefit. So just whatever you're wanting to do with them. There's multiple ways of using them. Yeah, you can even just visualize them too. You don't even really have. You can just look at the photo. You can look at like an image of them or like a text of it, and take it in that way. It can be used in so many ways. It doesn't have to be like drawn on your skin if you're uncomfortable with that. You can simply just like obtain it. You can recite it. There's so much you can do with it. You can literally you can draw it on your skin with lotion and rub it in your skin. You can do it with makeup, whatever you like. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be with ink. You can do whatever. For all you sigil workers out there, you can do that with your sigils if you want to have protection and you need to wear lotion or mascara or whatever the fuck, or not mascara but concealer or whatever. Just draw you a little sigil on your skin and rub it in. Ain't no one gonna know. Ain't no one gonna know except for you. Coming from someone that fucks with sigils a lot to other people, that's a strong way of hiding your sigils. Yeah, they do. YouTube has dude. Just look at anything. Just look it up on YouTube. YouTube has about everything that you need for spiritual help, spiritual protection in those senses. So Do what you gotta do, but it's there. But they are very powerful tools. Work with them daily. If you do draw them on your skin or draw them on a piece of paper, be sure to redraw over them, either with your eyes or actually redrawing over them. And do that a few times a day. And whenever you have thoughts of things not working, remember that you drew the code or you have the code near you with that intention, and that with your intention, anything is possible. But definitely do that if you need to. That's a good one. I have not felt called to talk about those codes like in forever. There's also a book there's also a book that has them. And if you want to buy a book, there's a book of them. But he breaks down into the basics in the book that he has. He breaks down into the basics of how to make them, so you can technically make your own. And I want to start doing that, because if I start doing that and putting those in my sigils, oh my god, I think I would be one of the craziest people alive. Not really, but it would definitely do some shit. Yeah, I don't know. Anything else? Shadow cards, animal cards, angel cards. I don't have the coin. I didn't even go down there to check if the coin was down there or not. I probably should at some point. Or I should just pull the other one. I don't know where it's at, if it's in the bookcase or not. Yeah, it's like it's literally like hacking the Matrix. What symbols? I almost said sigils. What symbols? If you're able to describe them, at least. I don't know all my symbols, but I'm pretty fluid in some of them. Man, I want to go to Jamaica. Jamaica would be so cool to go to. I want to go so many places. So many places would be cool to go to. I want to get like a fucking like a party bus that isn't used anymore and like renovate it, honestly, and find someone who can drive and just drive around places. Make a homemade Wi-Fi receptor with copper wire. We'll be good to go. We'll be good to go. Yeah, be a nomad. See, I had one of my roommates wanted to buy an RV and travel the world, and I'm really glad that we decided not to, because they ended up being a really weird person that didn't realize it, but they basically tried to hex me because they were saying that they hope that I go to hell in a song that they were actively singing, and like 2 days after that, I moved out. This guy was not about to sit around and deal with that. I have that 3 spiral symbol somewhere. I know what you're talking about. I draw that symbol when I do Second healing sometimes. I think it's the one. I'm gonna just show the symbols. I think I'm okay to show those, right? But they're not bad. Ain't nothing bad about them. Where are they at, though? This book's falling apart because I keep taking pages out of it. I shouldn't be doing that anymore. Yeah, so they might not be all readable. Well, what is that one? That's just the back of the angels. Okay. But, like, are any of these symbols ringing a bell? I'll hold it up here for a bit. Are any of these symbols ringing a bell? Because some of them are Egyptian symbols that they used in healing back in the day. And what I was thinking is either reminding me of Tetcheru or the Healing Spiral, honestly. Summer Sigil. I know the one that you're talking about, Mark. I didn't draw it the best way, okay? I didn't know how else. I didn't know how else to draw it. But yeah, some are shaped, some are similar to sigils. Interesting. You could be making seals then. Yeah, I know you're playing. You could be making seals at some point with some of them. Mmm. Do you ever see black lines, Infinite? Are you ever seeing like black streaks? Like, you know how you have your black orbs, then you have your black like lines? Your black orbs are not bad, your black lines are. So if you're seeing black lines, that's something big going on. And I know what's going on with that if that's what you're seeing. Because I've had encounters with them before, and they are not okay. Okay. The top one of it. Let me open this back up and look at it again, because I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so Tetcheru. So what would that be with the wave in the middle? Would that wave be like a life thing, or what? Did my book just fall apart now? Okay, you are dealing with stalkers, astral stalkers, little fucking demons. I know what you're dealing with now. I know what you're dealing with. Those fucking shitty ass lines, dude. So basically, you have something on you, and it's not draining you or attaching you, it just is watching you. You have a literal, like, stalker. Like a stalking entity. Not a physical, like, one, but a stalking entity on you. And those thin lines are you seeing it morph in and out of reality, in and out of this physical reality that we're in. Those lines, what they'll do is sometimes if you're looking at something, they'll try and blend in with the environment. Like the gazebo that I used to record in, they would appear somewhere and they'd be in straight lines within the gazebo. They would blend in with the pillars. They do that. That's how they're stalking you and watching you. There's ways to banish them, but there's a better way to get rid of them completely. And I'll tell you those two ways the best that I can. But those fucking things are little bastards. The black clouds are not bad. Black clouds are not bad. The orbs that you see are never bad. That's the one thing I know. Like orbs and clouds, they're not bad. They could be unidentified things, or they could just be like lower vibrational beings that are there to kind of support you. It's the lines that are bad. In every experience that I've had, and people that I've talked to that know way more of this shit than I do, everyone agrees that the lines are something you don't want to see. So that's the one thing I can stand by. Okay, so I know what you're going through. I know exactly what you're going through with this, because I went through this exact same situation. Not the exact same, but I know like the method of what they're trying to do. I don't know necessarily the spell, or I don't really remember at this point in time, but I know what they're doing, and it does involve like a scrying mirror. I may have to send you a few sigils to draw on your mirror, either with fog or with like a dry erase marker. You'll have to draw it in like reverse, because someone is definitely using mirrors at that point to do that. Oh, definitely. See, with me, I'm at the point to where if I have monitoring spirits, I just allow them to be. Um, for like a multitude of reasons. One, I have like a literal folder of sigils on me at all times, so I'm always gonna have like a sigil that's gonna fuck them up in some sort of way. And also, a lot of times monitoring spirits can be to boost you if you can alchemize the energy in the right way. And I've been practicing that for a while, so I kind of let them sit around to try and alchemize it in that sense. But I know exactly what you're going through with that infinite. I know what could be going on. I know some sigils. I'll have to send you a few things, but we'll get that settled out. It might not disappear immediately, but you will see a decrease in shit that they're trying to do. Trust me. When it comes to me and knowing what to do on mirrors, because listen, I talked about it before, but I literally used to summon different types of demons that were stalking people using like fog and mirrors. Like, you want to go to the mirror realm? I will fuck shit up in there. I'm not afraid to go into a mirror. I did it on accident one day, and it was kind of funny. It was kind of terrifying, but it was kind of funny. But I'm not afraid to go into a mirror realm. I know how it feels. I know what it's like. It ain't no joke. Mm-mm. I've had too many encounters with mirrors, dude. Too many. You found a paper with blood on it in the frame behind the mirror. I broke the mirror. I'd be careful about breaking the mirror. You might have set something free doing that. You got to be careful with breaking mirrors. Definitely, though, cleanse your space. What would you do for that? Blood and paper. How could we alchemize that? I could literally just hold on. I don't want to do the work in my brain, so I'm going to open this up. I have like all the chemical things in here. I mean, let me see where it's at. I'm about this life, dude. I fucking love this stuff. I got all sorts of stuff. Okay, so if you're messing with blood, where's blood at? Blood is... Did I not put it in here? That is unfortunate. It is on the bag. No, it wouldn't be. It's probably one of these then. No, okay, so what would you use? So iron, you could use iron. Who is the angel of Mars? Look it up. Shamuel. Okay, so you may need to call on Shamuel. I feel like that would be a good position for you. Call on Shamuel, and ask for protection for Samuel. He is... That I think that would help you out a lot with that situation. Oh, they passed away a year ago? Did you touch the paper with your hands? Be honest. Because that adds another layer. If you touched it with your hands, that adds another layer of things that you might have to do. But if you didn't touch it with your hands, you're fine. If you did, there's something else you might have to do. But it's nothing like crazy. You would just wash your hands with lemon juice and salt for like 3 days, and you would recite Psalms 18 or 91. Okay, so you're good then. Regardless, I would still probably, if you don't have black salt, that's okay. If you do have black salt, use it. If not, you can just use normal salt. Wherever that mirror was, just sprinkle that around that area, leave it there for a week, and then vacuum it up, just to kind of soak away any sort of energy that may be stagnant there or doing anything, if you feel the need to. Other than that, just call on Shamuel, and see what they can do to help you move forward with that. So that's the best advice I got for that. It's important to never touch stuff like that, though. Not even just like a safety thing. Lime is good too. If you don't have lemon, use lime. If you don't have but either of those, you can use orange. Anything with citrus, you can use, but it has to be high in citrus. Citrus is it's good for cleansing, it's good for abundance, it's good for protection, it's good for manifestation. It's good for sour jars if you do that. It's good for sweetening jars if you do that. All sorts of stuff. It was outside where you broke it. Okay, if it's outside, you're fine. Just call on Shamuel regardless, though. That's something I am gonna like nail in though. Just call on Shamuel. See if they need you to do anything, and then they'll tell you anything. Unfortunately for you, Jesus is the one that told me to take this path, so, I mean, that's just how it be. I mean, even Jesus did magic, so, you know, wrong crowd, wrong person to come to. I'm educated. Yes, you can. You can use rosemary hydrosol. You can just use pine sol, dude. If you have pine sol or Florida water or just any type of like high proof alcohol, it's protection. Wrong crowd. Man, I said I didn't want no religion today, and here it comes. It's okay. I've been all day without it. It's okay. Man, I don't get it. I really don't get it, because how the hell people gonna say God and Jesus don't do magic whenever God literally commanded Moses to do magic, and then he said, oh, I can't. So they said, okay, get your brother Aaron, and then I'll tell you to do shit, and then he'll do magic for you. It's literally right there. And then in very obvious text in the Old Testament. Y'all gotta read the book before you come towards me. I'm educated. I know this stuff. Bro turned a stick into a snake. If that's not magic, I don't know what the fuck it is. Bro summoned locusts and frogs out the sky and killed every firstborn child with the angel of death. I don't know what the hell you want to call that, but that is Enochian magic. That is sorcery. So, it's all there. And just be like that. I feel like the only reason why in Deuteronomy it said that because the Jews and the Romans who are going into Egypt are getting their fucking asses kicked by magic. I feel like that's the only reason why, because the Romans had their own form of creating magic, and the Jews had the Kabbalists until Solomon took that. So like it was there, but it's like nothing really compared to the Egyptian way, because the Egyptians knew of a God that was not only external but internal, and gave thanks to the internal God just as much as everything outside. So they had really more power than those who are worshiping in idols. So it was kind of like demonized because of the strength, and at least what I've like kind of picked up from it. Because they all happen in different time periods. Not every book is in chronological order, or even order of like, you know, either by year and by event. Like I'm pretty sure. Well, I think that's because of Saul or Paul or John, whatever the fuck you want to call him, whatever name he's gonna go by in whatever book. Um, I'm pretty sure one of the people that was never like talked about in the Bible ever again popped up like after his death date or something. Like he died, and then I don't know. I have to go back and research it because there's like a bunch of like backwards dates. Like it's Paul's fault because he fucking got jealous. He didn't want to. He didn't want to change his name, so he changed his name to something else, and then he made up a bunch of characters. Bro, like got crazy. He was just upset. He wanted to make a storybook too. Everyone else got to, but him. So he did his own. It's a very interesting one for sure. But you can tell who wrote what book because the only person in the entire fucking disciple group that was just mean and salty about Jesus is the exact same ones that wrote the book saying that Jesus wasn't that great and like trying to blasphemize his name. So it's really easy to tell which book was written by who. And if there's any characters that are supporting the downfall of them, you know who made those characters up as well. Because it's the same damn person that just got really upset because they wanted to make a book. Because they were around Jesus. But then they technically weren't considered a disciple because they didn't want to follow anything that he said. He just wanted the miracles and to fuck off at the end of the day. Oh yeah, I mean most of the people that followed Jesus was Kemet's. I mean, if you want to jump into it, Mary Magdalene was a gypsy. If you want to jump into it, Mary Magdalene was a gypsy. Full on. She knew astrology. She knew it was up. If we want to jump down that rabbit hole, I don't want to right now. I don't remember all the information to back it up. I had to go read it again. But she was in fact a gypsy. Because I mean, literally Jesus fled to Egypt and then the rest of the book happens in Egypt. The rest of the entire Bible happens in Egypt up until up until the crucifixion. Then it moved from Egypt to Jerusalem, which was like part of like a lower Egypt, upper Africa. I don't remember the geography too much, but that was just one of those things. And then, if you want to take it a step further, Sophia was Jesus' sister, but it was a different Jesus. Because there's a different Jesus in the Bible, and Sophia is that Jesus' sister. That's a fun topic to talk about. I'll probably save that one for a later day. If I talk about this stuff, I want to make sure my research is on par. I want to make sure I'm going to be able to like quote and have the verses and stuff. Because I don't want to just be spitballing stuff randomly, you know? Oh yeah, I definitely will dive into it at some point. That's what like, because I really want to, because there's so much stuff in the Bible that's really interesting that just isn't like pointed out or talked about. But Sophia was Jesus' sister, and it wasn't Jesus Christ that was born from Mary and Gabriel, which it was Gabriel. People don't want to say that it was God. No, it's Gabriel. Gabriel is Jesus' father because he spoke the word into Mary, and then she got pregnant. He put the seed, the word of God was the seed that Gabriel put into Mary. Gabriel is the father. Not God. That's a brain buster for some people. But that doesn't mean that Jesus isn't a son of God. It's just he's not the only begotten son. Because John the Baptist was, and a few others were sons of God. I mean, we're all sons of God, really. So he's not the only begotten son. We're all begotten because we look up the word begotten. You can figure it out. No, I mean, technically she wasn't a virgin, but that's just because of the occurrences that happened. But if you're gonna go back to what it means to be a virgin, she was untouched by man. So that doesn't necessarily count as like, you know, it's that weird thing because she wasn't her um she wasn't tainted by flesh. I'll leave it like that. It wasn't a flesh thing that tainted her. It was the word of God that came from Gabriel the messenger that did it. And Gabriel is one of the elders. If you want to take it a step further, so is Michael. But, you know, these are subjects that don't really get talked about because controversy. But it's not really controversial. It's just not read correctly. It's not that it's controversial. It's just people don't want to look at it, even though it says right there in fucking black and white, bro. And then a messenger descended from heaven and spoke unto Mary. It says it right there, but they don't want to listen to it. They don't want it. They're not ready. Give them a few more eons, they'll be ready. The Book of Enoch needs to come back. Enoch was the only man to see God alive at that time. John Dee was the second man to see God because he learned the secrets of Enochian magic and he's seen God with his own two eyes and he has a whole thing to do it. He didn't die. And then Enoch became Melchizedek. He became the transporter. He never died. He ascended, he never died. He's probably still alive. I don't know if he actually died later on, but he did not die when he went to go with God. God sent him up in his flesh. Exactly. Because what happened with that was Osiris's penis was one of the last things that wasn't found because a fish ate it. So Assur made a literal obelisk of Osiris after help with like Anubis and the whole burial and stuff. She made an obelisk in Osiris's name and conceived Horus that way with the obelisk, not actually being touched or defiled by flesh, but by the spirit of Osiris still. But that's how that went. I should, you know what? I want to link this. I don't know if anyone else has seen this. I don't know if anyone else has seen this, but you need to. If you want to know Egyptian the Book of the Dead story in an hour in a very 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 beautiful animation, you should watch this because it is super. It needs more views in my opinion. I don't care. It was one of the best things I've ever watched. Where's it at? Where is it at? Can I just type in this and find it? Yes, I can. Okay, awesome. Let me get this link for you. Oh yeah, dude. The Egyptians were one of the most spiritual people ever. Some people might disagree with that. Name any other Name any other time period where things that were created can never be created again, though. Name any other time period where everything that we use in modern day was created in. And then I can change my mind. But this is a very, very, very. It's called Ra, the Path of the Sun God. It's literally an hour and 11 minutes long of the Book of the Dead and animated. It's so fucking good. Dude. It's so good. Definitely watch it. It will tell you everything. It will tell you about everything. Oh my god. It's so beautiful. Definitely. It's a good watch for sure. I might actually end here soon. I don't really know what else to talk about or what else to do. I've just been rambling. How many more do I have? Those decks. I have 1, 2, 3 more decks to do. Four, 'cause I want to get those. That's actually interesting. Was Amun-Ra the first pharaoh? Technically, yes and no. Technically, Horus was the first pharaoh. But even then, there was another pharaoh before Horus and Ra became a thing. But Ra is technically everyone in that sense. Ra, the Egyptian, dude. If you want to talk Egyptian mythology, that shit gets confusing really quick. You just got on missed a lot? Yeah, you actually did. I'm not gonna lie. There has been a lot of talks about a lot of things. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but it's only this animation. It goes to the entire Book of the Dead. That's the only one I can find. Do sound can break apart energy that doesn't serve? Sound, yeah. When you're messing with energy and sound, they're both a form of vibration that comes from a form of consciousness. Like, you wouldn't be able to hear music if you didn't have the conscious awareness to decipher what it was. Right? Like, imagine if you were deaf and someone played music. You would only be able to feel those vibrations. You wouldn't be conscious enough for the sound, right? So it's just about the vibrations. And those vibrations, if you look up like the split particle theory or like how particles work, it's that same thing. So they can disperse and be replaced and even transform into different shapes. Like, look up cymatics. Like, even putting sand on like a speaker and watching those videos, or sound and water and how they react. Even watching those videos of people who have like crazy ass subwoofers in their car, and you'll see like their mirrors and their whole car move like a liquid. That same logic happens with everything else. So, definitely. Sound can definitely break apart energy that doesn't serve. Sound can do a lot. Sound can do a lot. And there isn't much research done on microtones in spirituality, and that's something that I want to talk about. Because I talked about it before a little bit once. But there's so much to talk about with microtones and spirituality. I don't know if it technically it's being weaponized because it makes up a whole tone, but I need to know if that's being used, because I know that westernized music is tuned off key on purpose, and that does use microtones, but I don't know if there's any other thing that uses microtones in that sense, but I will break it the fuck down. I will talk about it. Because that is an interest of mine. There really isn't much written about Lilith. At all. Honestly. There's just like the Greek storyline, which then that storyline is just talking about Medusa in a more biblical way if you really look at it. The only difference is the sexual assault. Like, it's so interesting. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like more people need to talk about the scriptures because like we need to like decipher it. I mean, there's people that already have it deciphered. They don't really say much about it because it's like they've already took those steps. But it's like it's important to know like what's being said because the Bible uses like 4 different languages in it. It's not even like it's not even funny. And half the words are translated wrong. It uses Latin, it uses Arabic, it uses Hebrew, it uses English, and it's all fucked up. But yeah, Lilith is only really mentioned in Greek, and it's like just to derive a narrative. Which then again, it doesn't really make sense because Greek mythos and biblical mythos don't line up, but they reference each other a lot. Like the whole story of Zeus being born in the Philosopher's Stone between Saturn and his wife, I forgot her name, and the whole like switching of the stone and making Saturn devour the stone instead of the sun is basically the whole thing where Mary and Joseph are told to take Jesus to Egypt to save him. But Zeus went down to a wizard in a cave and became all powerful at that point. So you know what I mean? It's like an offspin of what the religions from the Romans were doing. It's very interesting. But you have to read it. You have to like actually read these things to know these things. That's I wish I knew Latin. I wish I knew Latin, dude. If I knew Latin, it'd be crazy. Yeah, Latin. I mean, not Latin, but Zeus was. I mean, that's what happens though. Zeus literally was like he was literally sent to a cave, and a wizard took care of him, and that's how he learned how to use all his powers. And then he just fucking like, oh, I know how to do all these things, and then went crazy with it. Pig Latin. Thank you, Mark, for the membership as well. Zeus is an interesting character, though, for real. His upbringing was very interesting. Being born from a constellation in a planet, well, a moon, I should say, and a planet. But that planet was devouring everything because it was a fucking hungry little greedy thing and just wanted to eat everything. How does one get seduced by a goose? Very good question. I don't know. I do not know. I do not know. I can't. I'm trying to think, but nothing's coming up, so I do not know. I'm gonna post this thing again, and then we're done. I'm probably gonna head out in a minute. It's almost a 200-minute stream. That's like what, almost like 2 hours? Something like that, like an hour, like 30, 45, something. It's like an hour, 79, so like maybe that around that time. I don't know. Very long stream, very good stream. Another good talking stream. Did a lot of readings, which is really good. That was fun to do. Yeah, you missed it. Hey, the VOD's gonna be up though. I always keep them up. Unfortunately, I don't name them anything because by the time the stream is over, so many things have been talked about that I don't know what to name it. So if you click on it, you click on it. I guess it's just as Spirit defined it or something. I'll figure out titles for that at some point. But right now, it's a mystery. But thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for the donations, the request for the 2 card readings. For those that's emailed me, I'll get to you. For those that want to email me, go for it. Regardless, thank you all so much for being here. I love you all so much. The moon and back tenfold and forever. It's always a blessing and it's always joyous and fun.